Yes, I have seen Frasier.
For some reason, when you said the badoo 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 badoo, yes, that is Seinfeld, but my brain went, no, that's Looney Tunes.
Yeah, it is also Porky
Oh yeah,
Pig.
you sound like
The,
Porky
the,
Pig.
the
Yeah.
enunciation was definitely Porky Pig and not muted slap bass. Oh gosh. Well, welcome everybody to those who are streaming and with us, joining via streams. Glad to be back for another session of Pixels and Dragons. Let's go ahead and jump right in. We are light on players today, but we will proceed as we can. Quick recap. Last time, our party rested outside the ruins of the Eighth Agora, still a ways off in the cover of night, enough to have some safety. And with a flashback moment, Tinka remembered a unique magic from one of her previous teachers and was able to conjure this small, ethereal-looking hut that provided some safety for the party. The spell being Tiny Hut, or Lehman's Tiny Hut. They're basically the same thing. Inside, they were able to rest, and strangely, where in the exterior they couldn't drink water, inside was temperate, and they were able to at least use their flasks, the carafe of plenty, to be able to fill water and have their take. So things inside the hut seemed safe. It was somehow away from or guarded by the magic that exists inside this side of the Hellgates that lingers in the exterior. But as the party rested, they all were plagued with a series of dreams and visions. Nearly all of them were presented with moments where they relived terrors or faced terrors for the first time, things that have been deep, I guess, questions or uncertainties, feelings of loneliness and despair, and in Anna's case, the wreaking of havoc of her homeworld. And every dream resulted in fear kind of being the end takeaway, this sense of doom, and each kind of culminating with this voice that told the party that they were doomed. On waking, though, not particularly good sleep, the party was rested enough to venture forth into the ruins, where they were told to come to retrieve Viz, their kidnapped friend, and where Santa believes her friend Cherry has also been taken to. Though Santa wasn't present when they woke up in the morning, she had gone off somewhere. And so, in her absence, Dazad took a bit of a lead in finding a location in an old tower that led down into the ruins from a less direct path. And in the ruins, the party made their way through twisting tunnels and interior chambers, learning that there doesn't really seem to be a direct path. And worse, not really knowing where they were going. Though not terribly long after traversing a few of these inner chambers, a swift Santa made her way into the midst of the group, where she confronted the party for leaving her behind. After resolving a small squabble, she mentioned a few locations that she was able to scout on the exterior, two other less obvious entry points aside from the main pit entrance above that Dazad took them away from. Though she confessed now that they were in the midst of these new unscouted areas, she may not be of much help. Moving further into ruins, the party encountered an inner chamber where we see now the appearance of an almost river of blood flowing through the floorway, spilled across the floor. After hearing again the abyssal voice from the previous night, the party was faced with some type of undead monstrosities that rose from the bloody ichor in the floor. And a short skirmish later, all the would-be assailants returned to their liquid and deceased form. Though, as Selwyn played her Argenian pipes, the party noticed that all attention appeared to be on her. These undead beings kind of being drawn to her in a rage. But here you stand, in the midst of this black ichor and red blood pooling at your feet from these slain monstrosities, and you have doors surrounding you on pretty much all sides, it seems, leading deeper into the ruins. A quick reminder of why you guys are here. Find Viz, who was kidnapped. You were told to come here to retrieve him. He was taken as this bargaining chip, something to exchange for the stones that Leon holds. You should expect to encounter his captors here. Secondly, find Santa's missing lover. Where she may be held, you don't really know, but but she has been missing for a while, and so have others from the town and surrounding areas. Leon, you were told that this ruin may contain old books, and you might find some old relics, information on Colossia from the priestess in Manway Bay. All of that might be possible down here. And as you've kind of gone through, and now that you're seeing these interior chambers, you're aware that this is the remnant of some old palace or temple or some sort. So I give it over to you for what your game plan is here. Where do we go now? What do we do?
Before any direction gets made, the monsters or the monstrosities we just fought, are they still like around? Are they still physical? Are they about? What happened to them?
Basically, what you determine is that they were called up from this abyssal voice that you heard. They seem to have physical form when they were quote unquote living, though now that they're slain, they've just kind of returned to a mass of sludge. There isn't really anything physical about them other than the liquid that they seem to come from.
Okay, some sort of liquid still. Leon's still gonna go to the liquid and just try to do like wait, which cantrip's appropriate here? We're gonna do like radiant damage firebolt on like the little pools just to like see if anything happens.
Okay. Not even gonna make you roll to hit. Yeah, when you do it, they don't really seem to react. At least not now. They reacted when they were in their unliquidous form. I hate that word. Their physical form. But now, no, it seems like whatever they may have been has returned to what they once were.
Okay, Leon's just gonna... Oh, sorry. Go for it.
No, you go. You finish up what you're doing, and then I'll jump in.
Okay, he's just gonna kind of look sort of dismissively then at like the remnants, and he's just gonna say like, okay, I think we've dealt with whatever this was. This evil has been removed. I think we should start going deeper. Any ideas which way to go?
And then Timothy's gonna run Divine Sense on the Icar and just see if he picks up anything from it.
Yeah, I mean, so you have like a remnant feeling more than you do like it would if these were actively live beings or anything. Like there's a lingering essence of almost fiendish presence. There's definitely an evil at work, but not like it would be if it was like radiating out. This is 60 feet of you, correct? I think that's about all you'll probably surmise. This like lingering, shallow evilness in specifically the piles on the floor.
When we entered this chamber, we heard someone chanting, right?
You heard a voice, yeah. This.
Did we determine what direction it would be from?
Give me a perception check. I think that's a good use of that skill.
I would like to determine with my ears.
please let me ear directions.
Perception.
Oh yeah. So you could tell a couple things. One, it seemed to resonate through the hallways, but there's something about maybe the fact that this is stoneware, like these are stone walls, and you are very familiar with like stone craft, that they are echoing through some kind of chamber interior that you believe to be east of where you are, which is good because there is a door that leads east, and there are actually doors on every wall, so you could go any direction from here.
Wait, on this wall?
That would be west.
That's west.
That's west.
So okay.
So somewhere to the east. Timothy, I'll also say as you stand here, kind of still with Elentaria in your hand, you get a sense from them. This almost eagerness and urging. You feel that there may be a shard here. A piece of them.
Ooh.
You remember from your vision that they were once a being, a great silver humanoid figure that was destroyed in a battle ages ago. So what you carry yourself is just merely a piece, but you have this feeling from them to press onwards, and you also get a sense east.
Yeah, I think we should go over this way to the east. I'm feeling a pull from my sword. As well, Leon, I'm thinking that if we take care of the captors and we get Viz back, I think that's going to make this whole place probably a lot safer to start with. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. They did seem to indicate we should meet them here. Remember they were very they appeared from the shadows before. Leon's just gonna kind of look at Phaelin and Silwyn, because they were with him, I guess, in the temple when they appeared, as well as in the street, and just be like, just everyone be on your guard. They you may not notice them until they're right above you.
Before we head off, what is this over here?
Where?
This big old
it seems
archway
to
thing
be a location where in which the blood is coming from. Maybe some best you can tell. Give me an investigation. Actually, let's do this the fun way.
Investigation. All right, I got a +0. So.
Great. So roll high. Yeah. Best you can tell, and you've seen architecture probably not too dissimilar to this. I mean, this is what you would expect to be like a fountain, right? This was it probably originally at some time like a beautiful piece of stonework that has now been replaced with not water but blood.
Okay, so blood fountain.
Blood fountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we want to go to the east? I'm not really seeing a road to the east, guys.
Not on the map, but there's a doorway there.
Okay, as long as there's a
Yeah, we have to use our imagination a little bit.
it's behind there. All right, yeah.
These are TC knows I have gotten pretty good with AI map generation, and that's what these are. These are AI maps.
Mhm.
So they're not perfect, but there is a doorway that heads east, and it actually is like a carved stone doorway. Same kind of thing you would expect, like, oh, this is an actual interior room. This is not like some of the other pathways that seem to have like opened up through maybe sandworms crawling through or other.
Oh, so it's closed.
Cave-like
Is it
pattern.
closed? Like
The door is closed, yeah, but there's
Oh.
definitely one heading that way.
Interesting. Well, who's good at checking out doors?
For what, like traps?
Elaine normally would be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Phaelin's
do-
only our trap.
We can.
looker.
I got her thing up. I can roll for her. Let's say Phaelin, offers up to do a quick investigation. First, roll a natural 19 for her. Great. So it doesn't seem. She tells you it doesn't really seem to be like there's any traps or anything like that. The stonework door seems to be just kind of a regular door, and she presses on it, and you hear the rumbling or the scraping of the door across the stone floor, but it swings open easy enough.
Nice.
All right, let's press on.
All right.
Yes. I can't move
Mhm.
my.
Again, I what? Are you selected
Yeah.
as Dazad in the bottom where it says as? Yes.
Yes.
Great. Give me a second. I'll see if I can fix your character.
So I guess like while you're doing that, I guess like cautious progression, and then I don't know who's in the lead here. Like and can they see if they cannot see Leon will give them like light or whatever.
I think
don't know
everybody now at least has some kind of dark vision or something. Anna was kind of the lingering member, but her sword gives off a faint light now.
Okay, so we can
Do
all
dwarves
see.
have dark vision?
I would imagine so. You guys live under mountains. Let's pull up your character sheet real quick.
If you don't, Leon will give you like a little light.
Yeah, you got dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
this whole interior is pretty pretty dark. There's not really lights like the map indicates, but for the most part, the stone interior, you do every once in a while get like glimpses of natural light coming in from what was probably like the surface above. At one point was just a ceiling, though it's like only enough to light like a certain area of the path. But you head inward, and there is a path that kind of sprawls around, goes a little bit further south than you expect, but eventually does lead to another interior room through this series of hallways. Inside this room, I don't know that I have a map for it. So for kicks, let's put you guys on this map or a photo. You can still see where like there are remnants of the stone walls and kind of caved in sand. This room looks a little bit more weathered. Nothing of particular note, but it also seems to have paths that lead from this room. It's actually a pretty big sprawling room. It wraps around to the left in the southern part of the room. Well, I guess it would head more east. You can't really see around the corner of it. There are paths literally everywhere. The one you came in on, there's one to the north. There's a doorway seemingly just to the east from where you enter in. Then around the corner, if you kind of go and search, you'll see a couple other things, but definitely on the southern side, you can also see two paths, and then you lose sight a little bit of where the room actually enters into. So you can do some investigating here if you wanted to, or like, how do you guys want to take it?
Do I see any blood on the ground?
In this room, it doesn't seem like it. You can give me an investigation or perception. Perception if you're just giving like a cursory look. Investigation if you're like searching for it.
I'm gonna do perception because I'm better at that.
Leon will just do like a general look around. He's not looking for any blood specifically, but he was notified about like the lore, the Colossian knowledge, so that is on his mind. He's gonna be specifically looking for clues about that throughout the exploration of the dungeon.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
I'm
there's
looking for like disturbances, like if there's like any like footprints or like bloody footprints.
Yeah, with your perception, you see again kind of around the corner, like right at the edge of where this interior chamber goes, that there is a kind of secondary, like there, if you think of the room, it's more like an L shape. And you see in where the L shape kind of peters off to, there's a faint light that's coming from the end of the hallway kind of area that you would expect over there. Nothing indicating blood or footprints or anything. This whole area seems to be much more undisturbed. But you can also, I think both of you can tell that this was at one point like an inner, I don't know, chamber hallway. And actually, I think both of you realize as you look up that this might be the pit that the central area had led into. Doesn't seem to be anything otherwise, though.
Okay. Well, I think we should take the L. And, keep advancing.
Take the L. Are we all taking
Yeah. I guess Leon just looks to the. I think it was Himothy, and who was the other one getting the sense of to the east? They're the people getting the sense of the direction.
Does it?
Yeah, just does it.
Yeah, Duza.
Duzu does it. However we pronounce your name.
Duzu.
Okay. Yeah. Then he'll just follow along as well.
Cool. You.
Yeah, I mean, Himothy's following the sword at this point, just seeing which way it's like wanting him to go.
I think when you do that, you take like a particular note of like where this, because it's almost like a pull. So do you have Elantari in your hands, or is it sheathed?
I'd probably have it out exploring just to like make sure that like, you know, if anything comes across us, I'm ready to attack back.
Yeah, like that scene in Princess Bride where he's got the sword and he's trying to find the location. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you do that, and same kind of thing. You do feel it pulling around kind of in this direction. It wants to pull you more through a wall, but you do gather that like as you guys turn this corner into this other piece of hallway or room, that there is a hallway that you can kind of see into that leads further in and kind of in that direction. So yeah, you guys can kind of press on. There is one doorway that is open. There's another doorway on the northern side, and best you can tell, this thing is kind of like split the difference. Elantari splitting the difference of which direction to go, one on the north and then one further east, which means it's just northern from where you are, but neither one of these paths is like really giving a better indication.
I'll turn to the rest of the team. What are we thinking, guys? Which way? It's got to be one of these two, and I'm not sure which.
I think we should go right.
Perfect. So further east. I take it that that's what you mean. Like, are you like, which direction are you facing to know what right it means to you?
Yeah, east. I want to go east.
Okay.
You said perfect. So I'm I'm gonna take that as a perfect.
I love it. Cool.
Do the doorways look exactly the same, or is there like
Oh, that's a
light
good
coming out of
question.
one and light coming out of the other one? Is one
Yeah,
more
there's-
well maintained and one's less well maintained?
Great question. The door that is opened, that kind of like leads into the hallway, you do see more light, and it's natural light. You can tell that there's like something from above kind of shining down in. It's more winding. It seems like less of a like, it seems like, best you can tell from this side, it wasn't always a hallway. You can see where the walls have kind of crumbled around the rear of the room. It was like a small room originally that leads into now like a path that is not like a maintained path. The door on the north, however, is completely sealed. It looks like the one that you just came through. Carved stone. Otherwise, looks like it should lead somewhere, specifically in the palace interior.
That one I think would be my vote. But then again, I can also see the merits of the sneakier path. But if it's somewhere they're coming and going from a lot, I think it's gonna be the not crumbling walls one.
What's everyone else think?
Sorry, is the not crumbling walls one? Is that the same one to the east that Duzud is indicating, or is that the opposite one?
Yeah, it's same one, right? There's like the
Yeah,
door.
yeah. So Leon's gonna be like, yeah, that's the one. I think we should go to as well.
All right.
So 3 people want to go into the one that is crumbling, and then one says no. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh no, sorry,
No,
I thought
the
they were the
opposite of
same
that.
one.
Okay.
Wait,
cool.
what?
So the open doorway is what's crumbling. There's a closed doorway that doesn't give you an indication where it leads.
Yeah, we want to go
Through the door.
Oh, I thought you said the one that seems like it'll go more into the palace interior.
Perfect. Got
said.
you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that we assume has less crumbling walls.
Right. Okay. I see.
And yeah.
Yeah. So this
If I'm
this
a
room.
secret society, I'm closing the door behind me. You know?
Love it. I'll do, for kicks on Phaline's character sheet, I'll do another quick investigation. So she's got a +4. Not as good. She's got a 13. Best you can tell is she's like looking around the door. It seems the same as the other doorway. Doesn't give off any indication or anything of like traps or anything. Just seems like a regular interior doorway. Do you guys want to push through?
I think we just got to keep going, guys. What do you think?
Keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Push in. Something strange about this room. It is well constructed, but it has a couple sounds you hear as soon as you enter into this space. The first is maybe the sound of running water, though you know water can't really sit here. There is sound of crunching and low gurgling, kind of far off, and as those with dark vision see, an image one of your familiar Grimwings tearing into a pile of what appears to be flesh and bone.
It's like Arby's.
We have the meat.
He's got the meats, yeah.
This guy's name
yeah.
happens to be Arby, singular.
Does he notice us?
No, he's like, you guys aren't moving particularly like quietly or anything, but I think with the pass without a trace that's still up from last game, he's really much more focused just on the meat.
Okay,
Crunching
before
away.
we go any further, Anna would like to request that they stop for a second, and she's gonna take off her metal shoes and dump out the giant pile of sand that's accumulated. She just kind of like holds up her finger for a minute and just as much sand as she can get out, because it's becoming harder to walk with all of the sand in her
In your
freaking
boots.
armor.
This is sand in my boots.
I'm curious as to whether or not Timothy's going to notice, because Anna, doesn't she not have
She
human
has
feet?
hooves. She has fully
Right.
hooves.
Timothy doesn't notice.
By gods, man. She has furry legs and hooves.
Nope, doesn't notice.
Doesn't notice.
And you're the only
That's
one
the
with
other reason
with
is like the sand is clinging to the fur, and she's been so uncomfortable this whole time. And if they're gonna go into another fight, she needs to get the sand out.
Smart. Yeah, Timothy, even with your passive perception, it's like, it's technically 10, but like, we'll say in this instance, you're just kind of like looking around, like maybe you're more enthralled by the fact that you've seen this beast and he's just like hammering away. So yeah, you don't even notice. You're just like scoping it out.
Leon is looking at this thing with like a desire to just, exterminate it, but he's patiently just like tapping his foot, waiting for Anna to finish like getting the stand out. Like, okay, like I'm waiting, but like you can tell he's just ready to like destroy this
Leon,
thing.
you have to also have sand in your armor. You should take this opportunity to also get it out.
He's
You not having a hard time walking in heavy armor and sand? Am I the only one struggling with this?
Leon's just gonna look at himself and like snap his fingers and then prestidigitation clean it.
Okay.
Oh, look at the fancy boy.
All right. Well, Anna's got like a knee-high pile of sand next to her now. Then she's gonna put her boots back on as quickly as possible.
I'm gonna switch my eye patch to the other eye.
Okay. Revealing that you actually do have two eyes.
Oh yeah,
He's one of those.
yeah.
Well, that's what most pirates did.
Yeah.
He's not a blind pirate, which is why he's really a really good shot with bad depth perception. I'm gonna say, switching your eye patch though, I'm gonna make you roll any attack rolls at disadvantage because this is not your main eye.
What are you talking about? Maybe this was my main eye the whole time.
Well, now this eye is accustomed to the. This eye is now
Dark.
accustomed to the dark.
Yeah, so
that's why
you can definitely see better. And I'll say, when you do that, I'm not even gonna make you roll. A couple things you notice. I'm just gonna say that like is the RP reason for like visibility in this room. This interior space, there's a couple things you notice. It does seem like this might have been a prison area. There are flesh and bones strewn around the floor. There is blood all over the floor, but you do see signs of maybe cells. You also kind of can hear, I think, maybe the rattling of chains, but you mostly just hear like the crunching and gnawing of this creature going to town on some flesh.
I don't like this guy.
You actually kind of see that like what he's gnawing on looks more like an arm, and like as he chews, like the wrist and half stripped fingers are like flapping. He's tearing away into it.
Hey, Leon, think you can take care of this guy quickly so it doesn't spook the others? If there are any others?
Leon kind of smirk at that and be like, you want me to use the big one or the little one?
I don't know if we need the big one right now, but if you think the little one will take care of him quickly.
Okay. And then I don't know how much can I RP with Faylene since she's not here. 'Cause, like, I think
Jilly's here. Jilly, do you want to take a Faylene RP stance? Maybe Jilly's
Jilly
here.
was
Back from
getting
getting coffee.
is she back from
Perhaps.
coffee? No, maybe
Perhaps
not. Maybe
not.
she doesn't quite have coffee yet. Yeah.
She may have fallen asleep.
Yeah, I mean,
getting
like,
coffee.
what do you want to say? Yeah.
Well, basically, I would have Leon just be like, yeah, okay, and then he'll be like to Faylene, like, maybe if I can't like get it in one, just you be ready to follow it up or something,
Yeah, she's
I
like, you
got your
want to like
back.
tag team it?
Mm-hmm,
So yeah, she draws her bow and is just like waiting for your signal.
Yeah, and so then Leon will just, I guess, as stealthily as possible, throw a radiant firebolt at the nomiing beast.
Try and quiet cast. Yeah, I roll a stealth. I don't think technically you have the thing that lets you do it, but for kicks, we'll say 19. Like you whispered just enough the components to begin casting, and you slice it. Roll for me damage. I'm not gonna say this is a hit or miss thing. Just roll for me damage.
Okay. 2d10.
Yeah.
Oof.
I think maybe Faylene just being aware that it's like smarter to go ahead and fire, ready, like as soon as that firebolt hits and it starts to look up, she looses this arrow and it pegs it right between the eyes and it falls limp.
And Leon will just look at her, just like, well done.
She'll nod, saying, "It's what the training's for." Sana kind of pushes through and she says, "Does it sound like there might be people in here? We should check these cells. Maybe this is where Cherry is."
Viz could be here too. I agree. Let's take a look.
Don't split up too much though. These assassins are very crafty. Let's stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm already gone.
Oh shit.
He's on his own.
No, I'm sticking with everybody.
Cool. Give me a round of investigation checks.
Can Anna real fast go and investigate the body
Yeah.
that was being eaten?
Oh, for sure.
Well, hopefully 10 is enough to figure out if it was somebody we care about.
It looks like
Probably
there are a pile of bodies here. There's not much left on the bones. You can
Okay.
vaguely tell they were humanoid. These do look like they were at one time beings who could speak, not animals.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to make sure. Did we care about any of them? I mean, we care about the fact that they're human beings. I meant, is it any of the people we're looking for?
Yeah, not that you can tell. Santa is, you can kind of like note she's kind of like very quickly looking around and doesn't seem like she's paying much attention to what's in there. She's just looking for bodies. The investigations, let me roll one for Faylene as well. Her +4. Nat 20. Of course it would be. Yeah, the rest of you, I think, like as you're looking around, like the darkness of this room, I think what the rest of you kind of glean is like this room is a little bit more well maintained than some of the other ruin areas. The interior space, it seems like a holding kind of chamber, and the blood that's here doesn't look like the same kind of blood from the other rooms. It's like not like this was trying to be a containment space. This is more like maybe this is where they were feeding the Grimwings. You do find Faylene finds kind of far off at the other end of the room, there's one cell that's still closed. Inside the other cells are still more remnants of deceased beings, and torn and tattered clothing, and disheveled what may have at one time been beds but are now mostly just like splintered everything. But at the other end of the room, she does see, and she kind of like whispers and calls everyone over. a red-haired elf who's hanging by chains. You kind of see she's bloodied, and she doesn't really appear to be conscious. I think when that happens, like, Santa runs over and she checks the bars, and they're locked. She says, "We have to get in there. That's Cherry. But then nothing. There's no response.
Can we tell if she's alive?
You can give me a perception check. This is really probably more medicine, and you're a little bit further away, but give me a perception to see if there's anything that indicates from the outside of the bars.
Okay, 16.
16. You can't be certain, but you think maybe she is. You think you may see like a slight breathing, kind of chest moving in and out, but it's very slight, very faint.
Okay, before we get it open and get her out, I'd also like to divine sense,
Okay.
just in case there's something suspicious lurking around or she's something suspicious.
How far does Divine Sense go?
60 feet.
60 feet. Yeah. You gather, like, she's normal, like, she gives off just like a regular vibe. However, she does have this central spot on her chest that's giving off an evil presence.
Strange. Okay. So she's in a cage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone want to try to pick the lock, or am I just gonna break it open?
I can roll. Well, I don't know if I can. Can I roll my stone crafting to see if I can see any weaknesses?
Yeah, I'll say that's probably a good use of it.
That's what is that?
Just a nat 20, I think, is what we were doing. Or not nat 20, just a d20. I hope it's a nat 20. That'd be great. Just a d20.
You have to roll a nat 20.
Yeah.
Well,
a 6 not gonna do it.
If you think about all the numbers that there are, that has to be pretty.
It's a 1 in 20 chance, and you rolled not that.
Okay.
So, yeah, best you can tell, like, the stone is pretty well, and like the rest of this room here, it seems to be more well put together than maybe some of the other interior areas. Like, this was intentionally a holding place.
Tis unbreakable. We better give up.
Well, with that, Anna's gonna try to break the lock.
Okay, cool.
Wait, do we have anybody that does lock?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Faylene would again probably try to
she
lock
could do
pick it, right?
A lockpick. I don't remember what the lockpick thing is. Give me a sec.
Thieves' tool, sleight of hand.
Is that what it is? Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
You guys are good at D&D.
No, those are some other like mechanic or something, or is that something different?
There is, but I think, like, for the sake of this, yeah, she rolls a 13. She goes and tries to pick the lock. It's a little too difficult. Maybe just rust on the lock itself. She's not able to, like, grab where she needs to get it unlocked.
All right, I'm literally gonna hit it with the butt of my sword. Should
Okay.
I just roll an attack on the lock?
Just roll damage. You don't have to see
roll
if you hit it.
damage, okay.
It's a stationary object.
13 damage.
With some cold damage in there too, right? It's a total of 17. Yeah, when you hit it with the sword, you see where, like, the frost of Frostguard kind of, like, carries over onto the lock itself. Doesn't seem like it quite did it, but you can definitely see where maybe it's giving way. Maybe another hit.
All right, I do it again.
Choom. Yeah.
11 more damage.
The frostiness on the lock is starting to, like, really carry over, and you hit it and it does kind of, like, shatter a little bit, and yeah, pops the lock.
She's just gonna open the door and motion for other people to step inside.
Yeah, when you do that, as soon as you do that, Santa runs in, like, without
Mhm.
question, and tries to, like, pick her up, hoist her up, and we need to get the chains off. And then she like puts her head down to her chest and can hear that she's
Be careful. There's
Yeah.
some sort of
Leon's.
evil coming from her chest.
Oh,
What do you mean from
yeah.
her chest?
Leon's just gonna go in there and do like a quick like medical check of her as well, like
Okay.
see like what kind of condition she's in.
Sure. And do another lockpick for the. Oh yeah, she got it. Faline goes and is able to pretty quickly pick the locks. Leon, you, as soon as you're kind of doing like this cursory check, Santa is like, she's like kind of guarding her a little bit, but like then she realizes that you're trying to help. It, like helps kind of like pull her to the ground a little bit and cradle her head as you're doing this. And you do notice as you are doing this look that just peeking through the top of her blouse is this black Icarus scar, one you've seen before on Viz. This open, actually not even a scar, just an open wound. And when you pull down just a little bit more, you see that this goes through like her whole midsection.
It's the same thing that's been infecting Viz, the same Icar, the thing that I can't heal it. We can keep it at bay a little, but it keeps spreading, and if there's a way to heal Viz, it'll heal her, but Santa, this is beyond me right now.
What do you mean? You've seen this before?
This is what's affecting Viz.
Our companion that we're looking for.
What is it? Some kind of magic? I don't understand.
Yeah, Leon will kind of relay what he can. Like he'll say that like it's some sort of this black ichor. It's kind of like a poison, like a disease, like magical in nature. We've been trying to treat Viz, who's been infected. He first got infected with the same kind of demons that attacked before, and that we've been trying to heal him, and he just keeps getting worse. And no matter what we do, like it just keeps kind of getting worse, right? Yeah.
Can everyone give for me just a perception check real quick?
Oof.
Let me get another one of them nat 20s.
Let me get another one of dances.
Mm-hmm.
11s across the board. Wow.
11s. I need to roll one for Tide as well.
The perceptive one.
Ah, yes, the perceptive one. It was +7. He also rolled an 11.
My God, how?
I don't know. Everybody rolling an 11 is nuts.
What the fuck is up with these rolls? Apollo, did you curse us?
I did nothing of the sort. Unconfirmed. Yeah, you guys are kind of not really aware of more than what's happening in this room. You hear her gurgle a little bit, Leon, as you're looking her over, which gives you indication she's breathing, but just slightly. If there's anything you want to do, Santa with what she can is like, we have to get her out of here. Like she can't stay here. I have to take her to a healer. Something.
Santa, I will tell you, there is no healer that can do anything for this. If you want her to be better, the answers lie further within this place.
That can't be. What are you suggesting? We just leave her here?
We probably shouldn't take her with us either. Maybe it does make sense for you to go, but you might not want to go far. I don't know if you can brave that journey back with her. Maybe just wait for us at the entrance.
I have to get her back. I hear what you're saying, but she's everything, and she can't die here. I don't know what to do. And her head sinks. You kind of see a tear roll off her face.
So Leon has had experience with this before, right? Like he's tried to do magical healing with it, and like with limited success, never anything like sufficient.
Yeah.
Does he feel that with what he's looking at here, that if he were to try some healing, that it would at least give some amount of short-term relief?
Give me an Arcana. Yeah, you think that you could do kind of like a temporary thing like with Viz. Something to sustain probably.
Okay. Okay, he's gonna look at Santa and then he's gonna say, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll do what I can. This is only going to be in the short term. This will not cure her. It will not keep this at bay, but it will provide some short-term relief. And he'll do, I guess, like a cure wounds, I suppose, is probably. Okay. Yeah, we'll use a cure wounds.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll.
Yeah, there you go. 11.
You go to cast a spell, and there's something about like your focus of energy in this moment. You're really trying to make this work. You've cast twice before. You're trying to help. You go to cast the spell, and you see this soft, radiant glow on her face, kind of illuminating this space a little bit more. And you recognize her. You actually you and Tide sailed with her. You know this to be the surgeon, Callista Farnbell, of the Gale Runner.
Leon will call Tide over. Tide, this is she was on the Gale Runner. Remember?
Tide walks over, looks at her. He'll say, yeah, I remember. I think she was bit too, but I don't know how she'd be here.
Well, there will be time for that later, I guess. Is there anything else we could do? Like, I mean, I think we have to. I guess Leon just kind of look back at the group. Like, I think let them go back. We'll carry on. Any other ideas?
I think the best thing that can happen is if they wait for us at the entrance, because you're right, we can't take them with us. I think she's gonna need help on the journey back, but we also have to keep pressing on.
Is that okay, Santa? Can you wait for us?
I can go.
Just give us a while, okay? I understand at some point maybe you have to go, but give us some time, okay?
How much time do you need?
How much time does Leon think that she can wait before she has to take the body to across? Like, this is like a desert. Like, this is like a journey.
Very
right?
arid
Like,
desert. It took you guys like 3 days.
Yeah.
You think like a couple hours max. Like if you're not going to be the one to continue to try and heal, then it's really up to you. Do you want to let her go? Do you think that going at all would be smart?
I don't think going at all would be smart, but I also don't think dragging an injured person along with us would be smart.
I guess I don't know. Santa, we need to hunt for Viz. We don't think your journey would be safe. We think you should wait for us, but I mean, ultimately the decision's yours.
We can't stop you.
You said your friend also had this. What do you expect to find a cure here?
I don't know if there will be a cure here, but
we have to try.
We have to try, yeah.
I'll wait. We'll go into one of the side tunnels I found. Perhaps a safer area than with the sandworm that's out there. She gives you some directions on kind of the location to find her at when you guys do finish up. There's a tunnel on the far eastern side. She says, I think I can probably navigate there through here. I don't want to backtrack in case we've been heard. I'll wait.
Okay, we'll see you there when we're done.
Thank you. And thank you for what little you could do. I'll try and dress her wound and take care of it, but be safe.
I'll do a quick lay on hands for 5, just in the hopes that it does something to help.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like every time you guys do a little bit of something, like the blood curse kind of component of it, right? The part that like sends these black tendrils into the bloodstream seem to recoil a little bit. And so you kind of see the more healing you've done, the less widespread it is, and seems to be a little bit more centralized to your chest. Santa nods and says, thank you. I'll be as quiet as I can. Best not to draw attention. And with that, she picks her up and goes kind of back the way you came, and then disappears into the tunnel that you guys didn't go into.
All right. Well, we don't know how long they're going to stick around for before they decide, that they got to go. So let's keep pressing on. We got to keep going, guys.
There are 2 ways in this, or out of this room. There's one, the direction you came in, and then there is a kind of like at one of the back corners of one of the cells, looks like a broken wall with kind of a cavern that leads through.
Which one would be deeper into the... Would we be able to guess from where we're at which one would be deeper into the ruins?
Well, if you backtracked, it certainly wouldn't be deeper. You'd have to find another route in. You definitely think, like, the way this is kind of pointing, and I'd say, Himothy, you recognize that the way this is pointing seems to be in the direction you're needing to go to find the shard.
Yeah, I think we just got to keep pressing in. I mean, we can't really go back. I don't think that helps us.
Okay. Let's follow the sword.
Follow the sword. Yeah, the next room you guys get into has three doorways. One on the south, one on the east, one on the west. At this point, there's not like it still doesn't seem like there's a direct route in. The direction you're still kind of being pointed, Himothy, is further east. You can't tell that, and actually that's not even a doorway in this room, it's a hallway that stops as far as you can see in, and veers off if you're looking at the hallway to the left.
I'm going to suggest we go down that way, but I'm open to other people's ideas.
Sounds good to me. Anything sticking out in this hallway as far as like...
Give me investigation, perception, either one. It depends if you're like looking for something particular or just kind of like giving a generalized glance.
I'm looking for like maybe any elevated like stones that could be traps or something. That
okay.
sort.
Yeah, give me investigation. I'll let you do it at advantage because we're going to say this aligns with your stonecraft thing.
Nice. At a 16.
You didn't need it, but that -3 really doesn't do good for you.
Nah.
Yeah, you notice it doesn't look like there's anything like raised or elevated, but you do see on the far wall these small carved like circlets or like holes that seem to be in the stone. You gather that that's probably some kind of safety measure or people deterrent for the people who reside here.
I've seen these before. In my long time of exploring dungeon, these damn holes, things tend to come out of them, pointy things. Everyone be careful. I'm gonna point out the holes.
Cool. As you get closer, if that's the direction you guys are going, as you get closer, you do see like the whole wall is littered with them. Things that you probably wouldn't notice at first, like it just kind of looks like maybe spaces between the stonework, but they're like oddly spaced, just enough to be like if you're looking for it, that's off. You see at the far end of the hall with your stonecraft eyes, there is what appears to be some kind of plate in the floor.
Oh. Okay. Probably shouldn't step on that.
Probably not.
Everyone watch out for this plate. And I'm going to very cautiously point at it.
I mean, the fact that you found it,
Menacingly.
yeah, the fact that you found it, I'm not gonna make you guys roll anything.
Okay,
as you get closer, you all kind of see where it looks like a slightly raised stone in the center of the hallway that if you step on it might be a pressure plate. But I'll say like
Leon's gonna make sure to point out to Himothy again as they're walking by. Be like, don't step on that.
Smart. Yeah, Himothy, give me an athletics or acrobatics just for kicks.
Oh no.
Oh no, 11's fine. You go to step on it and like the very back end of your heel seems to like touch it, just graze it, but it's not enough to make it depress. And yeah, so you guys are able to all kind of get through.
The second warning helped Timothy know. Otherwise, I probably would have done something to see whether or not I actually noticed the first time.
Timothy, as you get closer to this space, you feel a draw from Elantari again into this room, deeper. Something here is drawing them inward in this particular room.
They dug too deep.
As you enter the room, let me get a round of perception checks from everybody.
It's my specialty.
Unnatural 1. Let's go.
Unnatural 1. Failing rolled a 17. Tide rolled a 21. Cool. So everybody but Anna.
It gets dark in here.
It is
I've got
dark
a
in
little
here.
sword. I've got a sword shedding off a little light. What do you want?
The
from me?
tiniest bit of light. You kind of like, I think all of you, and even Anna, you would smell it, but you wouldn't really know what it is. There's a thick metallic smell that lingers on the air as you go in this room. The walls appear to be sandstone as much as the rest of the ruin. However, you notice that in this room, everybody but Anna, that the stones are covered in like a near black layer of like char. And the room is quite big. The ceilings here reaching probably 30, 40 feet tall. Himothy, with your perception specifically, it's not a great perception, but you do feel a draw, the combination of Elantari maybe in this space. There's something towards the back of this room. You can't tell exactly what it is, but maybe that's the direction that you need to go. The rest of the room, not even going to make perception checks to happen here outside of what you've already done, but you do notice at the center of the room what appears to be a thick pool of viscous liquid in a mirror basin. You would expect to have seen this in some large palaces of old, and Anna, I think you particularly have like seen stuff like this before, like floor looking glasses kind of things, usually filled with water. I think like Narcissus looking at himself. Things that maybe could be like a place of bathing, but I think what you know specifically, just because of your history, these are meant to be like mirror basins, meant to be looked into. You have seen something like this before, actually. Not quite of the same architecture, but it's familiar enough. In the last place that you went, Silwyn had placed her hair inside a pool like this before entering in, and that transported you guys to the different part of the palace that you were in. But you know that kind of the reflectivity of these pools seems to be much greater than like in a typical bathhouse, and so you expect as you near in, you'll be able to see yourself. But there's something off about this one. It's surrounded by a series of arcane symbols.
Ew. Well, wait, is it a pool for me to jump in?
It could
So
be.
when no,
Can we go and look in it at least?
Yeah.
And I would stand onto the edge and look inside of it.
As
I think Leon would. Oh, go for it.
No, please.
Okay, I think Leon would grab probably Tinka and look at the arcane symbols and see if they like recognize it at all.
Yeah, as you all enter the room, the runes start to glow a little bit, and
Ooh.
an image appears in the basin.
Oh.
oh no.
Oh, is that
Hmm.
mine? Is that my Titan Daddy?
This is not the
that's not
Titan Daddy you
humanoid enough.
recognize. This is a
This
Oh.
is a
separate
different
Titan
Titan
Daddy.
Daddy.
Oops.
Somebody else's Titan Daddy.
Is this one that I recognize?
Immediately you recognize this one.
Oh my god, the
Oh,
music changed when you
no.
asked that. Oh god.
it
Oh
was
my god, it's
Titan Daddy
Timothy's
the
Titan
whole time.
Daddy.
My
Timothy.
Titan
I'm
Daddy.
scared of
is
this
your
guy.
Titan Daddy, for the record.
Timothy, this entity, you have a flashback in the moment. Elentari, as soon as you see the vision of this, perhaps Elentari seeing through your eyes or just knowing what's happening here, you guys enter the room and the voice speaks first.
Not who I was expecting. Who are you? Why have you come?
And Timothy, you get a sense as soon as it speaks, like a horror you've never felt before. And it speaks again.
You. Carry a piece of the enemy.
What enemy?
You know who of I speak. In your hand.
Where I'm standing from, I think you're the enemy.
Enemy to some, friend to others. Who's to say?
What is it that you want?
Should ask you the same. I am here to consult. You have entered my space. What do you want?
I'll look to the rest of the party.
We're here to find our friend.
Let's be friends.
Someone's gonna back away.
As you do that, Sylvan, you notice these 5 symbols that aren't lit up. A language that's somehow familiar to you.
I'm gonna read it.
Go ahead.
Athian Varlashek Gathara Duam this.
Dylan, what are you doing?
Oh, thank you.
As you say that, the pool begins to rumble. And
Dylan, what did you do?
I
For a
read!
moment.
I didn't touch a book this time!
for a moment, the pool looks like it's draining. But then an enormous black obelisk begins to emerge and the blood spills onto the floor.
I was waiting for you. Or someone like you.
The blood begins to is transform and curdle and turn into a mist, rising into the air. That smell of blood getting more intense. The mist swirls and towers up 20 feet, 25 feet. Can't quite tell. Timothy, you've seen this being before. You know its name from your vision. Rakdos. 20 feet of terror. His form is wrought of nightmares and malice, and the temple groans under the weight of his manifesting form. He begins to appear in the room around you, towering. Sylvan, you've just spoken a language of the damned. What do you guys do?
I don't like this show.
I don't like this show.
Where's the remote?
I'm going to ready my boomsticks and take a couple steps back.
Okay.
Personally.
Smart. As he manifests in this space, you see his great and towering form. Timothy, you recognize him from a war centuries ago, millennia ago. This towering monstrosity of a being, much larger than any of you. And he
I already
calls.
died once. I'm not dying for you guys again.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's got a halo. He's clearly an angel.
Breathe the fire, Halo.
He's a lawful good.
Yeah, clearly. That's what a halo means.
He reaches behind, speaks a word that none of you recognize, and flying from behind him is this enormous scythe. Black steel, maybe, covered in thorns. Timothy, though, you notice something silver attached to the back. A shard of Elantari, perhaps kept and forged into the weapon of this death dealer. When he comes to and catches this scythe, you're all battered by a concussive force, an arcane blast. What brought this foe forth, and you taste the iron in the air, the remnants of the bloody mist that still linger.
Yes, blood. Blood is what I crave.
He rumbles, the sound dredging up a primal terror from the deep recesses of your mind. He begins to raise the scythe. Need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh. Oh, that spell slot's gonna cast invisible and run away. Never mind. I didn't actually ask that out loud.
No,
That's
I
supposed
wasn't
to be my
selected in the
internal
thing
monologue.
again. Damn it.
Oh yeah. Wait, I don't see my token.
We don't have
There's
tokens
no
right now.
tokens on this map.
Oh, there's no token to select initiative. Yay!
Okay, fine. I'll drop you guys on a map.
Now I have a token to select
Do
initiative.
I re-roll or do you
No, I
keep
can
that
do it
one?
manually. I just
Alright.
need to start set encounter. I did not expect you guys to antagonize a demon again. I never do.
I didn't expect
Oh.
Selwyn to read the words on the ground.
So when Apollos DMs me
Yeah.
words on the ground, I'm gonna read them.
I'm gonna read the words on the ground.
Someone needs to stop reading, I think. I don't
Whoa,
advocate for
You guys are
that.
against women reading. You guys are against women reading.
You
in
know,
literacy.
usually I
And I'm
don't.
tired of it.
I
Just
don't
summoning
advocate
all of the
against
titans to the
reading.
physical realm over here, you know, just casually summoning all of the titans.
Bringing everybody
Yeah,
in.
I'm
Mhm.
usually very much for reading. I'm pro reading. I'm against Sylvan reading.
No, I'm all about inclusive RP, and I feel like the Titans were being left out.
Oh god.
Just trying to include the
I
Titans in the
don't
RP.
think they
I see.
were.
Mhm.
I think it was fine. I think everything was fine.
Everything was great last time. What you guys are talking about? I got a cool.
We were in here for 5 minutes. And now it's gonna be a TPK. I hope you all have backup characters ready, because that guy is too big.
I have 3 characters.
You do.
have so
Let me
many
roll
characters.
for these people who aren't here. I'm gonna have to make a lot of stuff happen. I apologize.
I feel like every session, Apollos is like the you know what Apollos' #1 refrain is in every session, like he repeats it every single session is, I didn't expect you guys to fill in the blank.
I didn't.
No, I think every session he creates one thing for like if Jilly decides to do this, and every time you decide to do it.
That's
So
exactly
you
right.
have-
There are conditions that have to be met for things like Titans to enter the world, and it's met every time by Jilly. Just, oh, I'm gonna read it. It's great. It is so great. I don't know why the token thing doesn't have everybody, but whatever. Sylvan, you get to go first. What do you want to do?
Well, you know, one of my #1 favorite things is causing problems for the party and then running away from my responsibilities. As the door open, I can ask a couple questions real quick.
For sure. Yeah, the door, you guys have just barely kind of, well, actually, I guess technically.
No problem with being able to leave at this time.
Yeah, I'm just going to place you guys around the basin where you probably would have been. I think you said previously you were already kind of like backing up, so.
Okay, yeah, I did. I said I was backing away.
I did.
You did.
So, like, back to the edge.
I said I was drawing my gun and taking some steps back.
Okay, then place you where you think you would be.
I can't. I can't.
Oh God, that's right. I even I fixed it. I don't know what's going on.
You can't run away.
Shit, you're here forever.
I have guns that shoot a long distance. I would really appreciate the ability to not stand anywhere near anything.
Where would you be? It's not letting me update your token. I don't know why.
Probably like in the square next to Jilly.
Hereish.
Yeah.
That
way I can trip her when she tries to run away.
You do get a reaction, technically.
I cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Good luck tripping the invisible, bitch.
Nerd.
All right, I'm gonna just do invisible back towards the door, so I can see what's happening from over here.
Perfect.
I'm gonna be able to run.
Can
Great. All right.
Can we leave behind next time?
Listen, if we survive this and we get to like higher levels, I'm definitely gonna take some like group invisibility shit so everybody can be invisible and run away after I make a poor decision.
Is that it for you? You get a bonus action or anything?
That's it. That's the end. Nope, no bonus actions because we're invisible. Nice try to trick me to invisibility, Apollos. I'm not falling for it this time.
You've learned.
I've learned.
Timothy, you're up next.
Well, shit. Decisions.
Here's a challenge. Elantari in your hand is terrified. Wants to flee. You have a flee feeling.
I'm gonna scream to the party, I think we need to get the fuck out of here. And I'm just gonna start moving toward the door as well.
Cool. You're lucky it's not... Well, hold on a second. Where were you?
Around here, I think I was.
You start to move. This guy has a scythe with 15 feet of range.
Can I disengage, or is it too late?
Yes, you can disengage.
All right. And then I'm gonna use that to go the... Hang on, let me double check real quick. I was here 30 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna try and get... Or at least close here, with like still to the rest of the party being nearby.
It is now the Titan's turn.
We're all gonna die.
He pulls up the scythe and begins to swing this massive weapon. And he swings it in an arc so that it hits 3 of you. Or at least tries to hit 3 of you. He can hit Leon. Actually, he's going to move forward a little bit so he can't hit everybody. Doesn't need to move much, like right up here. Yeah, he's gonna go for Anna, Tinka, and Baleen. First one to hit Anna is a 17.
Just hits.
$23 points of slashing damage plus 17 points of fire damage.
I have 1 HP left.
GTFO. Oh god, I feel bad about this. Tinka is gonna die. Let's see, does he hit? Oh, one. I need to roll first. He still hits, but I'm keeping with my damage roll. He only rolled 10, and then the fire damage
for me
for Tinka.
Okay.
13. So 23 points for Tinka. That was a lucky roll. Still a lot of damage. Ooh, feel bad about that. And then Faline, all the characters who aren't here. A 19 to hit. What is her AC? 15, so it definitely hits. $17 plus 20.
Oof.
37 for Faline. She has 8 points left. This guy hurts. He moved. He swung his curtain call, the name of the scythe. And I think that's going to be it for him. And he's going to say,
There is no escape. It's time to die.
Ooh.
next is Tide, who is going to sprint away with his disengage. Faline is going to disengage and do the same. Dazad.
Hey, it's my turn. I want to try something really quick. I want to try to shoot one of the arcane runes that was on the
Okay.
ground around this thing to get a look-see to see.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Um, let me roll this. Natural 20.
At 20. Love it. So you're firing the rune itself?
Yeah, I'm firing at the
floor?
the markings around this gate or whatever this thing is.
Yeah. You smash one of them and it like completely destroys what was written there. And you see he shudders. Doesn't go away.
Okay. How bad was this shudder? Was it like
Like you would get if you had like
shudder?
a slight cold shiver, like ooh.
Okay. It wasn't like a tremble.
Nah, not a tremble at all.
Okay.
He's a demon
well-
lord.
Yeah. Did his form stay
Change at
like
all?
100%?
Give
so, like,
me
was he
a perception check. Like he was completely corporeal. That's a good question. Best you can tell. I'll give this to you. It does appear that maybe he's not quite as corporeal as he was. He looks fully the same, but the wreath
Like,
of
he
flame
looks
above his
healthy.
bed, yeah.
Yeah.
But the wreath of flame above his head kind of dimmed a little.
Ah, interesting. How many marks are left around the thing?
14.
14. That is quite a bit. Okay. Well, I think I will walk with my friends. Now.
Lovely, Leon. What's going inside your head? What's Leon thinking in this moment?
I can't move my guy, but I'd like to be further north.
So Leon is pretty shocked by what all has just happened. He was a little stun locked when Sylvan did the thing. He's kind of kicking himself that he didn't sort of do what he could have to stop it. He's seeing his two companions
Bad
over
time to
here.
stop women reading all the time.
Between Tinka and Anna, they both look really hurt, right? Like they're both really hurt.
Very hurt, yeah.
And he doesn't really see any way that he can really help them both. Aside from something that I think is probably a bit of a Hail Mary, but I don't know what else he can do.
Go on.
So this is when I think I get into whatever rules, I can't remember what they were. He's going to open up his book. He's going to prepare the only thing that he thinks might work here, which is this banishment spell that he has prepared in his book.
Okay.
He's going to target the Titan, and he is going to cast this and hope that to all hell to Tetris that he can save his companions.
Yeah. I love that.
Do I just do that? Is that
It's
what I
a
do? I'm not sure. Here you go.
DC 16 charisma saving throw for Rakdos. Let me do a quick save. He's pretty damn charismatic.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
He rolled a 19. Well, he rolled less than that, but he has a plus 10. He rolled a 9. He feels this banishment come on, and he says,
I just got here. I'm not going back.
and he resists. And actually, in
Okay.
response, he's going to, with a legendary action.
I don't like those.
I don't like this guy at all.
He's gonna swing his scythe again. This time at you, because you are still within range.
Perfect.
I have Sentinel. Can I take attack of opportunity because he attacked somebody?
Sure. I'll
Might
allow you
as
to do
well.
whatever you want to with this dude.
I'm gonna die. Let's go.
22 to hit, Leon.
Okay, one sec. Can I? Okay, I can do a shield's reaction spell, right? To this?
Sure. Does it make your AC
Right.
higher than 22?
It sure does. It
Oh.
gets me to 23.
Well, that's convenient. He has a second swipe.
Oh,
Okay, well-
perfect. Well, then we cast.
I
that
rolled the
one.
same thing. You get another 22.
Well, shield lasts
um,
until
The end of your next
Yeah.
turn.
It,
shield lasts for a while.
Yeah.
What is it? How long does it last? One round. Okay,
Yeah,
so there we
yeah,
go.
the next turn.
Perfect. 23
Yeah.
again. Aha.
Does a 17 hit the giant thing standing in front of me?
It does not.
It does not.
It does
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Leon,
Okay.
you stroke of luck here. He swings this scythe with this wide arc, and just call it the favor of Tetris. Swing and a miss. What do you do in the moment? What do you think as this blade nearly misses slicing off your head?
I'm hoping that Tetris will bring me aid because I have no fucking idea how I'm getting out of this.
Is that a prayer?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. It's Tinka's turn. She's gonna disengage.
Wait.
Oh yes.
Wait a sec? Do I still have?
You can
still
move.
have my bonus action and
Yeah,
movement?
bonus action and movement. Yeah.
Perfect. And Tinka's next, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So Leon's going to then
Run.
move up right next to Anna. Okay. That's not going to trigger an
So
attack, right? I'm not going to
No.
trigger an attack by
No.
moving here.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
don't worry. Get Tinka out of there because I've got Misty Step. I can.
Okay. So then Leon's gonna use the he's gonna touch Tinka and use the stone to teleport them both back, Misty stepping back
Awesome.
to the group. Yeah.
Love it. And then Anna, because Tinka's not gonna do anything else.
Misty Step
Misty
as
step,
far
Misty step,
away
Misty
as
step,
I
Misty step,
can.
Misty step.
Misty Step over to the group. Oh,
Brings us to the top of the round.
and then run out the door with every movement.
Smart. He at the top of the round. Sylvan, is there anything you want to do other than run? Same thing with Timothy. You guys just running.
Run.
Run.
Okay, Timothy, we're glad you're seeing things my way. Run.
He lifts off the ground, and because it has a fly speed of 80, flies over you all and lands just on the other side.
You're not getting out this easy.
Oh.
He raises his scythe,
What the hell is this?
bringing it to bear on you, Timothy, specifically, as you carry his enemy in your hand. And at that moment, something happens. Fabric of the world itself seems to strain. And then, like the breaking of dawn, you hear a chorus of thunder around you. One by one, 9 angelic beings, armor gleaming, white hair flowing, appear next to you. The swing of the scythe caught by one angel you recognize, Mexiel, fury in his face, as the sword connects with the abyssal blade. He pushes back, and you see Rakdos fumble back.
No, cannot be. You can't be here.
Mexiel. He locks eyes with you, Leon. You see it in his eyes, an unspoken command, hanging heavy in the blood-charged air. You must go. We'll hold him here. A roar rings out from Rakdos, challenging the very heavens themselves in this moment. The temple begins to yield in his fury. Stones inside this hall begin to rain down and cracks begin to form in the walls, but as you stand here, the next few seconds seem to pass slowly. Your metal clanging against metal. Shouts of divine soldiers as they fight to hold back the Titan. Swift glides of celestial blades swipe at his monumental figure, cut after cut after cut, as he's pressed back. You all can make your way around this fight, through the room in which you entered. Mexiel shouts orders as he swings his blade, a silver flash in the dim light that connects. One after another, into the horns of this beast. A barrage of silver metal and white wings surround the Titan. A blast of fire from the wreathed horns erupts with each clash. But then you hear it. Sechet. And a thud as one of the Celestials falls to their knees first, and then to the floor, lifeless. Still, the barrage continues. The angels sweep in, cut after cut after cut, pushing him back, until he ends up back inside the room. Every time, a concussive force of their blades seems to somehow miraculously push him back, until he's inside the room you originally were in. And the walls around you begin to crumble, the doorway crumbling, and you can just make out slight touches of these wispy wings as they continue to fight back what was just released. Leon, you get a voice in your head that says, "I've answered. Now go." You all, as you're beginning to run, hear just this roaring laugh.
This is what I want. This is it all. It ends here.
The scythe slashes through this ethereal metal, but then you notice again that one of the Celestials lays on the floor, and then another, blood spilled. And then Maxile speaks. "Go now!" The room trembles and falls apart, and the doorway is closed. You stand in the midst of this temple interior still, this titanic being on the other side. No idea what's happening anymore. But you're safe for now. You think?
Dope.
Okay, well, we still haven't found Vix. We summoned a Titan, and the angels are fighting him. What do we keep going?
Himothy's gonna point his sword at Silwyn and say, "Silwyn, if you ever do that again, I will kill you where you stand. We cannot be summoning titans and demons and other kinds of beings like that into this world."
Someone is consistently doing this shit. I'm sorry. Someone is going to, still invisible. Throwing that out there.
Then Himothy's just gonna scream it in general. Silwyn!
Like, you fucking bitch, you went invisible after doing this shit. God. Can I do something crazy, Apollos?
It's D&D. You can do whatever you want to.
Okay, do I have the knowledge that, I don't know, perhaps, like, reading these words backwards will unsummon him?
Oh, you think what you've done is done. You didn't know what those words were, but I'll give you this for free. Those were from the Book of Time and Space, specifically tied to the Abyss.
That's why they seem familiar. It was from my book.
From your book, the Grimoire, the bad book.
I don't consider knowledge bad. You guys are just your preconceived notions and presuming values and putting it on this knowledge in the book. It's just a book.
You guys are the town from Footloose.
From them paper.
The town from Footloose. Okay, so I can't read it backwards to do anything.
No.
Okay, all right. Now
You
that
also
question's been answered.
can't really recall what they were. They were on the floor, right? They're on the ground of the room you're no longer in.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever played a character with a bad memory. That's not something that I know in my life.
Something unique though about these words is not that you have a bad memory, not that Silwyn has a bad memory. It's you shouldn't have been able to read them.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
In fact, no one's been able to read them.
Ever. Okay, well now I feel even worse. But also better. But words should be read. Okay, fuck.
There's something very unique about Silwyn and her connection to a very particular other thing. Maybe like she has insight she shouldn't have about these things. At least a connection.
Gonna pray to her Titan Daddy for a moment. That she be allowed to finish his task and not go out and die like this.
Like you heard in your dream, you hear the same words. You may die. You may die again and again. Every time will be painful. But you won't be released until I release you. I think you finally start to
No
get
one
this understanding that your deadness doesn't really mean
Oh my
much.
god, a look of horror that nobody else can see just passes across Selwyn's face. The realization that even if everybody died, she would be fucked. She'll be forced to come back again and again until it's done, and that she is actually, like, enslaved to this fucking Titan daddy. And, she's just gonna back away slowly with that look of horror, trying to not trip over stuff.
Still invisible?
Still invisible.
And you don't have
We don't know-
perception enough to know what's going on. You can't even see horns.
No, but me screaming at Sylvan, I probably would have used another divine sense.
Oh god. Okay, you pick up where she is because she has part of it in her.
Whoops.
Whoops. Yeah, she's kind of an undead, partially fiend, perhaps. You get a sense of both and neither.
Ow.
I'll just look over exactly where Sylvan is. I won't be swinging the sword at her, but I'll be like, Sylvan, just drop the act. I know where you are.
Okay, someone's gonna drop invisibility, and everyone can see how scared and sad she looks.
Whoa. I thought you left.
That was like some no pixel shit. Oh, I took off the mask. That's who it was all along.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I don't even know what's going on. I just came here. I'm supposed to be getting paid like 10 gold for this job, and I feel like I deserve a bonus. This is way more than I was
Look,
expecting.
this is what you agreed. This particular thing.
Well, we don't know how much time Mexio and the other ones bought us, so I think we need to keep pressing on.
Yep,
book
let's
it.
just. I think we just need to start running and looking for Fizz. I don't think we can. I mean, I think with everything I imagine the whole place is rumbling right now.
Yeah, there were
This
two
side.
paths in this room before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's still two other paths you can
Okay.
take.
Okay, yeah. I guess we have a direction to go because we're not going in the.
For the sake of asking the question, I'm going to guess that they're probably more than 60 feet from them, and I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I'll say you guys probably well beyond 60 feet at this point if you're like running and having this conversation inside this room. It's a couple
Or
hundred
even, I
feet
guess, as soon as well, I guess, yeah, I wouldn't have used it until now, so, all right.
at least.
I got no clue what's going on in that other room.
Let's try to go super fast because if they lose.
We need distance, so
Yeah,
Dash
we
it.
need to hurry up, but Leon still wants to still see if there's like books and stuff to find, so he's still kind of keeping his eye out for like a library thing somewhere.
Where's the Titan
What?
Daddy?
Remember what
I
happened the
learned
last time?
nothing.
We
someone
can't
ran-
be reading.
Look,
We can't be
look, okay, here's the thing,
Can't
okay?
do it.
Sylvan books, bad news. Leon books, happy times, okay? I'm
Leon
telling you.
books nearly, if I recall, a Leon book and nearly blew up the ship at some point when we were
Wow.
on it.
Okay,
mean-
well that was partly Sylvan's fault though.
And also,
We can't.
Whoa,
I'm just
whoa.
saying we can't be reading.
You guys
Just
and
can't
your,
be reading.
your... Who are you guys, Gaston from Beauty and the Beast? You don't want women to read because you might get ideas?
I just said I don't want the guys to read either. Mostly
That's
you.
true.
no reading.
Okay, all right.
Oh, hey, Ted.
hey, Toast.
I
Bye.
Toast, you
wasn't
just-
sure if I was interrupting.
You just missed a hell of an adventure.
Oh, God damn it.
I think we need 2 T-shirts that we sell. One says Titan Daddy on it, and the other one says no reading. Parentheses. So
You can, I'll say where you are, you can still hear the shapings of what must be a very intense battle. Each sword swing is a thunder crack. I mean, this is pure radiant energy versus pure abyssal hatred. This is an eternal war come to Kyrios that shouldn't exist. Real quick for reference. I showed you that one. Maybe this one. These 9
Oh, wow, they all
angels.
went Super Saiyan.
Yeah, these 9 angels at work against this Titan. They're doing what they can. But yes, you hear the thunder cracks in the background
That's
now.
forward. I am definitely super intimidated by the sounds of this battle. I don't think I have any like agency when it comes to it, so I'm gonna start making my way down the other path and keeping an eye out for more of those like stone plates and things like that. Like I'm trying to rush as fast as I can while also like looking for that stuff.
Yeah, I'll say at this point, I'm not going to make you guys roll it, just to kind of progress through this dungeon. You do eventually find what looks like probably a main hallway. It took a minute to get there. This whole first half that you guys have been in probably seems like would have been outer wells and maybe some exterior buildings that were tied or attached to the palace, but they weren't like the main construction. But eventually you do reach a path that does look like a main construction. You pass doors. Some are open, some not so much. The ones that are open, you can see what probably were like barracks at one time. But now that you're here, there's like kind of some direct hallways into other areas. I think if you're looking for a library, you could probably find one, or at least a place that would maybe house knowledge.
Yep,
like
yep.
that.
Quick library search. Yep, let's go.
Okay.
Hey, Anna, are you still
I'm
hurting?
happy as long
Hey, wait a
as
sec.
I'm
Wait a
like
sec. Wait a sec.
a couple hundred feet away from the last thing we encountered.
Yeah, definite library search. Definite library search.
Yeah.
Anna, are you still hurting?
Very much so.
Everyone's
I am
hurting.
gonna
Lay on hands
gonna-
for 15.
Okay, thank you. I'm probably gonna do a lay on hands for 15 for myself as well.
Smart. Tinka is at 32 of 45. Phaline is at 8 of 44.
I'm gonna give Phaline another 6, and that's the rest of my pool that I had.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll give Tinka. She's 32 out of 45.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give her 5. And how much does the other person have left?
She's at 14 of 44.
Never mind. I'm dumping 10 into her.
Okay. Cool.
I'm at 31 out of 41 now after
Smart.
that.
Cool. Yeah, you guys got hella roughed up by a Titan. It doesn't take too terribly long as you're running through some of these other hallways and parts of the palace. The sounds of that battle are gone. You don't hear them anymore after some time. You did hear thundering for a while, but eventually it ended.
Spaghettios?
You can make a perception check if you want to. No, cat.
Oops.
I'll look for books to burn.
Books to burn. Find a bunch of books to burn. No, does it? I think you with a 13 and Leon of a 17, you gather that maybe you're far enough away that you might not hear anything through the combination of stone walls and caved in sand passages. It could just be that you're out of range. You don't know. I think, Leon, you probably have a feeling in this moment of maybe some dread.
Do I have to say after every encounter that I reload, or can we assume that I reload it between encounters?
Between encounters, we'll say you just do it. I'm not going to make you do it.
Okay.
Yeah. On the fly.
Dread about what we just left or what's ahead of us?
You're not sure. You end up on this further northeastern side of the juncture, where I guess the palace where you were. There are a few rooms that you pass. Eventually, you do find this library kind of tucked away. Most of what's here has long decayed. Not even remnants of books, but you do eventually see a couple things. I'm gonna change the music away from this looming stuff because it ain't that deep anymore.
I don't know. I'm still pretty worried about it.
I mean, there's a tight and loose.
Yeah, all you gotta do is
there
read
you
a
just
few
confirm-
words.
yeah.
Is what?
I was saying all you gotta do.
we did.
Go ahead, Isa. Go ahead, Isa.
I was saying, well, we didn't know which one lost, right? Well, now
True.
we do, I guess.
Well, you don't really know. You can.
We don't really know, but
There's,
we
there
really
was on the loose at one point. We
surmise.
did know that. We are still
You did-
worried about
you
that.
Did know that.
Mhm.
Did we find the library?
You did find the library, yeah.
Mhm.
Let's pivot there. Let's do some investigation checks if there's like specific things you guys are looking for. You do almost immediately see as you walk in this space. There's not a lot here. There's a lot of like
Looking
piles
for
of
cool
Thank
books.
God.
books.
I want
No,
find
no
a book
book.
about
Looking
making
for
ammo.
cool books. Got a 17.
Nice.
What's up?
So
That's a fucking
got a
24.
24.
Give me some cool books. Give me
Oof.
some cool books. Cool books.
What the
cool
hell?
Books.
All right, I'll
Yeah,
roll one for just for shits and
So
giggles.
very specifically, because this is one of the leads that Leon got about Colossia, he's
Mhm.
very specifically looking for anything about that. So things that resemble the amulet or any leads that would lead him towards that.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't even know what a book is.
Yeah. Doesn't know what a book is. Timothy's like reading. Ugh. So let's start with the highest one. Silwyn, you find a book. You find one book. It is, which book is it? Because I have these written down. You find a book called, well, it's actually just an unnamed ledger. It's best you can tell, an account of maybe a high steward of this place, of the Eighth Agora. You just kind of flipping through, see some administrative logs, things that were more like ceremonial duties and stuff that he had to do with inside the palace. It's bound in like really tough. It feels like leather, but you can't really tell exactly what it is. And they're like these really meticulous entries about like day-to-day operations and stuff. Seems mostly like just a recorded piece of information about what this place was specifically. Take some time to kind of read through and see exactly what's in there. One thing that does stick out to you though is a description of some rituals that used to exist that aligned with like celestial events. Anna, you find a book called The Forged Sentinels, Legacy of the Colossi.
Very
it is-
hesitantly pick it up.
Yeah. It looks like a book of, best you can tell, the attempts to create some kind of construct. There's a bunch of details in it, but it would probably take some time to kind of like read through and surmise exactly what it was. But there are like images and graphic representations of all sorts of like mechanical things, but it's ancient technology, stuff that doesn't really make sense.
Mhm. I was more, because can I see what kind of like what kinds of books are in this library? Like,
Yeah.
is it all like 101 ways to brew evil potions, or is it like just a general
Yeah,
random array of knowledge? Or
It looks like what the Library of Alexandria would have been. It's all
Oh,
just
wow.
a collection of stuff from a time long past, but there aren't many books that are really legible. They're like everything's written in common, but it's all in old common. And then when you pick some of them up, they just fall apart. Like as soon as you take them off the shelves. But yeah, one that's still intact. The Forged Sentinels.
could you read out that title one more time so I can?
I'll
add it
ping it to
me?
you.
Thank you.
Also ping you more details when you read it.
Okay.
Timothy's just gonna holler out. If anybody sees anything about the wardens, let me know.
Anna, you do also see an inscription of something similar, which is a tree like you have on your armor, and not too dissimilar from the shield, but it's just carved in like the side of a shelf, with no books on it.
There's no books on the shelves. It's just
Mm-mm.
on the side of the shelf.
It's like carved like you would expect, like a Dewey Decimal System. It's like the graphical representation of
Yeah.
what probably was there, but isn't anymore.
So this was stuff about this, but
Perhaps.
there's gone. Poof.
Another hidden bookshelf with loads of treasure behind it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, Anna's just gonna kind of like run her fingers along and like trace the tree while everybody's still looking for stuff.
Okay. Roll for me an acrobatics check. Or no, not acrobatics. That doesn't make sense. Let's call this sleight of hand.
Okay. That's a nat 1.
It's really cool carved. It seems good.
Yeah.
Leon, you go through a bunch of books. It takes you a long time as you guys are going, like longer than you wanted to try and take in a space like this. And you're a little bit frantic as you're going through, and you pick up some books and they crumble apart. The pages just kind of disintegrate. And eventually, though, you do find this one book that is a little bit more well kept than some of the others were. It doesn't. I'll say your medallion doesn't give you any indication of good or bad, like it did with the grimoire. It doesn't actually give any indication of anything. But it's called the Telluravian Codex. I'll DM that to you as well.
Okay, so like, did you just like pick it up and take a look at it, or like what does it look like? Sort of, I guess, just like.
Yeah, it looks like a philosophy book, best you can tell. You see just in the first couple pages a reference to a person named Tellura, undecided on how to pronounce the name. Talks about some astrology. And you do see depictions of Colossia, but outside of a cursory glance, you don't really know exactly what it is. It doesn't seem to be magic.
Okay, well, that's more than he had before, so he'll just, I guess, we'll look at it later, and he's probably taking us more time than he really should have, and everyone's probably trying to get him to hurry up. So he'll let's move on. Let's go see if we can find Viz.
You guys leave the library. There's like two ways into this place. Would you go back out the way you came, or would you go through the other entrance or the other hallway?
The other hallway.
Yeah, we don't want him to catch up to him.
Cool. You end up in this larger kind of hallway. It kind of leads to maybe like a great hall kind of entrance that happen to go north and south. Both seem to curve off in other directions that lead you guys a little bit back west from where you were. I think maybe you have gone too far east, but you can take a north path or south path.
We've gone too far. We can go north or south.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Does either way appear? I don't know. How about south? Let's go south.
Okay. You begin heading south, and the hallway kind of curves a little bit around, and eventually opens up into this large room that looks like an armory. You guys on this map. There are
Those are too big.
yeah, similar kind of issue with like all of the things that would have been organic, just kind of like rotten and piles on the floor. But you do see these massive blades hanging on the wall. They're twice or three times the size of what a normal sword would likely take.
We should probably pause for thorough check in here. I think of, you know,
Possible things. Yeah, give me some investigations if you guys are going in.
oof.
Anything cool that we can find? Probably not.
Probably not. Do investigations for Faline and Tinka. Timothy, good lord, dude. Always with the good rolls on investigation. What are you looking for specifically?
Let me let me think about this.
While you're thinking, above a 10 but below a 15, what you mostly find in here are just really old weapons. There are highly rusted things that are in here. There are some really cool like sickle-like blades that seem to be in okay condition. They would really probably need some really tender love and care to get back to a usable kind of condition, but the art, like the design of them is strange, a little bit Egyptian for reference, but definitely not something you see around in the world much at this juncture.
So I think I'm looking for either something really valuable or something that might be able to help us in the current situation we find ourselves in with a Titan daddy on our backs.
Something that might be able to help you. So vague. What, like, do you mean like a relic or artifact
Like
or
a
something?
yeah, like some kind of like weapon or armor or something.
Okay, weapon or armor or something. I will give you, that's high enough that I'll say what you see off in one corner is kind of this strange looking pile of rubble. It's like stone and metal, at least what you can tell from afar, but when you go up closer, it looks like it may be like a suit of armor that's collapsed on itself. A bit like this.
Huh. For scale, like how like big of a suit of armor is it? Is it like person size, like much larger?
You would easily be able to fit inside of it. It's probably like twice the size of a human. Maybe not quite that big. It's 8 feet. If it was gonna be a tall kind of figure. But no, you could definitely fit inside it, and it seems to have like stone in the interior of it that's kind of like collected, or maybe it was like at one time a statue or something it was sitting on, but has since collapsed. Best you can tell.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna take a closer look at it and see if I can tell anything about like the condition of it, just using the fact that I'm like proficient in heavy armor, and just see if
Yeah.
I'm what kind of information I can glean just by looking at it.
Yeah, give
Like taking
me. Let's do this as a roll. Let's do this as a history, maybe for you, because you do know about some armor stuff. I'm gonna let you do it at advantage because of the heavy armor proficiency. Perfect. This is unlike any armor you've ever seen. The metal on it is quite strange. It's almost like it has been forged with like the stone and metal are fused almost. It's weird. There's nothing about it that like gives any indication of like where it might have been used or how it might have been used or anything. You definitely feel like you could fit inside it, but you'd have to clear out a lot of stone from where it was sitting. Do you like go to pick anything up on it? Like, do you try and pick up a gauntlet or anything?
Yeah, I think so.
Or the helmet, something. You go to pick up a piece and it doesn't come loose.
Huh. I wonder. Maybe some kind of golem.
Ooh.
Interesting.
No, not golem. Golem, like
No,
like
not golem. I know, like GOLEM. Like you put
Yeah,
like a piece of
stone
paper
golem.
in its mouth.
Yeah,
I know
I
what golems
was.
are. That's what sparked my interest. Hold up. Do
Golems.
I have a feeling. Do I see this at all or no?
College of Lore Bard? Do I know anything about this?
With your
Throw that out
investigation, I
there.
mean, you would see. I would say with between your investigation and just regular perception, you see Himothy like looking at it. So yeah, I would say you probably
Okay.
you do notice
Can
at
I
some
look
point.
at the?
At
Can I
the
look at the
risk
book
of
I just picked up and see if I can be like, is there a similar looking picture attached to it? Because it was talking about constructing.
Okay, yeah. Um,
and I was gonna say, at the risk of RPing for Tink, isn't she like a stone gnome? Would she have
she is a
an
rock gnome.
arcane wizard? Like, would she know anything about this as well?
Yeah, I think please, when other players aren't here, feel free to interject. Absolutely, I think at that, yeah, she would also go over.
And she would also give me all her money.
No, she will light your balls on fire again. That's the relationship
Again.
you guys have built.
Oh,
She goes over and starts kind of looking around it too, like Himothy, and I'll actually roll something for her because I feel like I should. That was pretty good. 18. I think kind of similar to Himothy, what she makes a reference to is like it looks like armor, but at the same time there's like a weird construction of it. It seems like it probably had some magic at some point, but doesn't anymore. And Anna, especially with your book, you flip through the pages just real quickly, and you do see a reference, like a pictograph of something that's similarly sketched, especially like those gauntlets, like the big arm hand kind of areas, and then like the head construction. Yeah, you do gather this might be what the book refers to as the colossi or a colossus, but it's long inert. I think Tinka references to the fact that it's completely powered down.
Is there any reference in there how you would power it up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say with the amount of time you guys have, there's no way to know. This is a
There isn't a chapter titled "How to Start It."
right.
There's
Put
no
gas in it
quick
and try
How
start
to
to.
turn it
guide
on.
or anything like that.
Is there a diagram that points to this is the on button?
No diagrams that point to this on button. You do. I'll say, give me a investigation specifically on the book. 13. Yeah, it takes a minute as you guys are like sitting there. You can like Tinka and Himothy are probably talking over it a little bit, but as you're going through, you do see this one part that references, maybe not a power source as much as the type of energy that it like fed on, being like a source of food almost, perhaps. And actually, I think as you guys, like, if you're discussing this, well, let me ask this question. Would you be discussing what you're finding?
I think Anna's sort of like flipping through the book as much as she can, and then as everybody else is talking, she looks at him and goes, "Maybe it's hungry."
What does it eat?
I haven't gotten to that chapter yet, and she holds up the book.
Hibithy,
Does anybody have?
Yeah, when you look at the book, just briefly, something comes to your mind and like clicks for you. Ethereum is a power source.
That's what I was just about to ask. Does anybody have like Ethereum or any of that other metal is like one of the rods?
My guns
Someone, why
are
are you
powered by Ethereum.
Why am I laughing? I know some stuff.
So when do you have Ethereum?
You do not. You have one
But I know
giant
about it.
galvanium crystal. You have the alternate thing.
Me pistols use
that's
Ethereum
right, the
to shoot
alternate
the
thing.
bullets.
Okay.
Yeah, Sylvan has a crystal of galvanium, which was the source of what the artificers were using back on Varangol, to power some of their machinery. And then yeah, Desert has Ethereum charged bullets.
Can Can I shoot it?
No, don't shoot it. Just figure
I
out some
hold the
way.
crystal up to it.
All right, yeah,
I'll rub me bullets against it.
and
Uh,
caress
like a
it with
good
my
old bullet rubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I mean the bullets don't seem to do too much, right? They're refined. They're used as an explosive charge. Maybe they.
Wait,
in
I
the-
make these things, so like, would I have some like Ethereum in its pure form?
I don't think you would. I think like you have to find and craft that stuff at like particular points of interest where Ethereum is
Okay.
traded, which is
Plus, like Timothy would know, like from his history of it, that like no, it needs to be refined. It's very, very heavily controlled in the
Yeah.
unrefined form.
exactly, and
Yeah.
the
Like
refining,
Like wars get fought over it. Like
right, and in fact there is
I
a war right
remember-
now about it.
Yeah, Leon had some, but I can't remember. Did he give it to the artificers? I
Gave it
can't
to
remember.
the artificers. You sure did.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Shouldn't
Okay.
have done that.
So
Get that.
Regretting it right now.
Sylvan, you take this crystal out though, this galvanium, pure galvanium that was unrefined. You grabbed it from a lake, and what do you do with it? Just
Eat it.
hold it near.
I'm gonna put it in the golem's mouth.
Okay. Give me an investigation to see if like you would know how to do that.
Here comes the
Investigation.
airplane.
Or like there's
Come on,
a place
get
that
lucky.
okay.
Okay, not the
not,
worst
not
roll.
bad. Yeah, I mean you go to look in the mouth, and in fact this whole structure is solid. There is no mouth. It's like a faceplate almost. But with the idea of it being consumed, it seems like there would be some place to maybe insert or place. It has to be consumable in some fashion. You just at a quick glance can't really see where that would be.
Does anybody see where this should go? Someone's gonna hold the crystal up in the air.
Anna's still flipping through the book, trying to find the.
I'll do some
insert.
investigations for Tinka.
So when
and-
it darts a dirty look,
Here, I'll
like a
do,
side eye glance at Anna because
yeah.
she gets
I
to
know.
read.
Anna-
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
not
to
a
still
magic
win,
book.
but okay.
It's not a
Anna
magic
gets to read
book.
Well, now we're
You didn't know
backtracking.
that before you touched it. Okay,
It's a
fine.
it's a how-to book. How would it be magical?
How to do magic? You don't know?
It's a manual.
Yeah. it's
This
The
is
manual on how to summon the demon daddy.
Honestly, I'll regret this as soon
What
as we
the
wake
fuck
this
did I
thing up and
miss?
it's evil thanks to the book. That's when I'll stop reading.
Yeah.
Leon, combination of let's call it like magical prowess, the fact that you have also been around Ethereum a little bit in the form of the gun that you had, and having some of the conversations. In fact, one of the things that you guys took and tied was a part of that. And one of the things that you guys transported was I guess a crate of Ethereum and stuff. You guys kind of got exposed to it a little bit way back at the beginning. You do see eventually a place. You kind of have to get behind the golem figure, but there is kind of like a receptacle place. You think you could probably fit something. And in fact, when you get close, where are your stones? Wrapped
Okay,
up,
so
if I recall.
yeah, because they've been getting like they got stolen. He's like got them like wrapped up in his hand, but like wrapped up to be safe, you know?
Are they like touching your skin?
Yes.
They start to glow like warm, like they get warm as you're getting closer to this being.
Okay, I guess he'll tell everybody. Yeah, I'm getting a sense from these stones about this thing. And he's gonna point out like the spot that I think that might be the little spot right there on his backside there. And he'll
Are
point
you
at it.
pointing with your hand that has the stones wrapped in them?
Probably not, honestly.
Okay.
Probably not.
Good answer whenever Apollos asks you if you're sure about something. Just say no.
Well, no, I mean, Paul also does stuff randomly, so I mean, it could have
He's-
been
Everybody's at
No,
fault.
he's always trying to ruin everything. He's trying to kill us. Do you guys not realize that our DM tries to kill us every session?
Well, maybe
Yeah,
if you
I
just
realized
didn't
that.
read the
Well,
words.
Okay, Gaston.
Hmm.
Watch this. Anna hands the book to Selwyn. Selwyn reads 3 words and the room explodes.
Are you
doesn't
actually
happen.
doing that?
I'm sorry.
The book was fine with Anna reading it, but all of a sudden Sylvan reads it, and all is the end of the world. The Titan daddies and demons
Exactly.
are coming out.
I think my favorite part
Exactly.
of RPing with Jilly is I know how to get her to do stuff that's going to progress the story and also just pique her curiosity.
Oh, okay, so you have a hard read on me. Thanks, Apollos.
Well, I
You
pinged
can
you the
read her
5
like a
words and
book.
said, you see these on the floor. I didn't even reference them in the game. No one else knew that was happening.
That's true. I immediately, I'm like, I read them. 100%. That's true. That's true.
I know you. I know your
Uh,
RP.
I'm your NPC insert, really.
You really
What I
are.
am. I am.
You're really good, so I don't have to keep playing characters I don't want to.
Welcome, Apollos. My pleasure.
Yes, thank you.
I love
So-
hearing you do 17 NPC voices having a conversation with
Mhm.
yourself, though.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Everyone hates having to do multiple voices with themselves. It's terrible.
So, like, how close do you bring the stones to the thing? You're like, you feel them in your hand, kind of like warm. They're almost pulsating, and actually,
okay,
you're having
so-
to pull your hand back
I was-
because it's almost like being drawn to it, like magnetism.
Okay, I was just gonna say. So, like, is this sort of like what happened with the like kind of like the still the there've been various times where like there's been like the anchors back when we were trying to get the one stone out, right? Where they were
Sure.
pulsing. Is it the same kind of an idea? Is that the same thing that's happening here?
Similar, but not like the anchors really were a containment for a stone, right? They were there like keeping a stone trapped in like a vortex of raw arcane power. This
Okay.
is more like you feel a pull towards the device as you feel like the consumption element of it, like it wants to feed off of whatever the power of the stones. Hard to say.
I think I was gonna mention that he's gonna say like, especially to like things. I think I get the sense that the stones could maybe power it, but I don't know if I want to really take the. I mean, these stones are very powerful. I don't want to know if
Yeah,
I want
I
to
don't-
take the risk of consuming them.
Yeah, I don't think that's an ideal risk. We kind of need to gather all them anyway, so I don't want to.
Bummer. Do you want to take the galvanium and try and insert it?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Go for it.
It could be pretty funny. And like, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We summon another Titan.
It is another
Uh,
Titan. It's been another Titan this whole time.
It's always another Titan.
It's you see these giant swords on the wall. You have a book that talks about it. While you're reading the book, though, you see that these were designed as a protector of Colossia. That's something that's particularly referenced as like a piece of information in there. They were meant to be like
Wait.
sentinels.
I think she'll read that information out loud as he's trying to figure out what to do, because she's kind of just sort of like flipping through the book,
Yeah.
like not even like truly like reading it, really eating
just
it, but more
glimpses
just
here
looking
and
for
there,
anything that can
yeah.
be helpful. Yeah,
Does she specifically say Colossia?
yeah.
Okay, then he's gonna reach out and touch the thing with the stones. then.
Oh God. Okay. Well, that solves that problem. As soon as you do, like, it doesn't ingest them. You just feel this pulse of energy, like, erupt from your hands into the device, and then you hear this, and it powers on. You see its eyes glow, and kind of like you would expect from anything else that's been asleep for a long time. It's like very slow to move, but eventually does lift its head and speaks. designation. Where am I?
Oh wow.
You're in an ancient tomb called Aethagoria.
And I am your master.
Doesn't stop that.
Negative. Does not reference. No
Okay.
indication of
Uh,
user. Aethagora.
Who are you?
I am Tundra, protector of the Aethagora.
Oh, well, what do you protect it from?
Celestial threats.
Oh,
Someone looks at Leon
Celestial threat?
pointedly.
Leon's just gonna like scratch the back of his head. What do you mean by celestial threats?
I see. Threats from outside Kyrios. Threats from the astral plane. The stars.
Was that
Oh.
a big problem?
Oh yeah. Um. That's. Can you detect any threats right now?
Detecting. No threats detected.
Oh. Okay. Well, we're looking to help our friend, and we're actually think that they're held captive here in the Aethagoria. We think someone is taken over. Would you be able to help us?
Someone has taken over the Aethagora.
We think so.
This was a bastion. No one should be here that isn't allowed to be here.
Well, I think over time this place has fallen in apart in ill repair. I think this is an old ruin.
A ruin, you say? How long have I been here?
I'm not sure. Do you know what time you last remember?
366 of the first age, it says in its robot's voice.
Does Leon know how long ago that was?
7,000 years.
That
Oh
he's
my
just
god.
gonna look very shocked and be like, that was like 7,000 years ago.
I see.
And he's gonna look at everyone very surprised.
How is it that I am enabled?
Leon's gonna look, and he's actually this time he's gonna finally take a chance to like look at the stones. Like, do they appear any different?
They're weaker looking. They're not glowing as much.
Okay.
There's no more hum, no more pull or anything. Almost like they've imparted some kind of themselves into it.
Okay. I believe I've imparted some amount of the time magic that these stones carry into yourself. It seems like it's powering you right now.
Stones. You carry some of the epic stone. Is that right?
Perhaps. And Leon will just kind of quickly show it to him, but like not like a lot because he's scared about the assassins jumping out. So just like kind of like on the down low, like a little bit, but like not a lot.
Just a little bit, but not a lot. Do you actually like place them close to him, like to his face?
Yeah. Let him see like what they are. Yeah.
Okay. It takes a second. You almost kind of like see like you would expect from like something trying to process something. Like its eyes flash a little bit. I see. This is of the Aeon crest. How did you come by this?
I'm just trying to save the world. And I've come across a few things along the way, and these are some of them.
Where are the other pieces?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find.
I shall come with you.
Oh. Oh, what? Well, okay.
The pieces are missing, you say?
Very much so, yes.
They must be retrieved.
Absolutely.
They are what kept our bastion alive.
Okay then. So I guess first things first, it sounds like someone might be taking over the Eighth Agora with our friend. You'll help us try to find them?
Yes. The threat must be disposed of.
Okay. Well, I think we should get going then. I think, and Leon will just kind of look at everyone. Like,
Stands up. Sound effects. And what you see is this fella. Big, hulking, made of stone and steel. He picks up this large hammer that was tucked kind of underneath him. He's like 9 to 10 feet tall, massive. Not golem, but what we know him as in the game is a warforged, a living piece of stone and steel with consciousness on his own.
In honor of Bridget not being here, I would like to formally adopt this NPC as ours own. Yeah, this is our NPC.
Cool. Yeah, he stands up and like puts himself at the ready and says, "Please lead the way."
all right, let's go, and we'll start. Yeah, heading towards the what other direction we're going to? South? Is that where we're going? I think we're going to the south, right?
Yeah, so you guys were able to kind of continue south until you found this armory. He on the way out, you notice that he picks up a few items. You can't exactly tell what they are, but he like places them inside parts of like the crevices and stuff. And like as he's moving, like rocks and stuff are falling off of him. He's like old, but he does eventually adjust enough, and kind of like you see his like whole upper body spin, like around to like loosen up some of the dirt and grime, and trudges with you. He's loud. Every step he takes is a thud. But you do continue on into kind of back through the main hallway, and then eventually it opens up into this enormous interior hall.
As we're walking along, Leon will gonna nudge Bailey and be like, "No more sneaking around with this guy on the squad, hey?"
She's like, "I guess not." I don't know how to RP.
I can do Faline.
Oh, please.
I can do Faline. All right. Hold on. Let me change my image so you know it is true.
Oh, that's Faline.
It's Faline. Yeah, I guess not. Someone stop reading books.
Spot on.
Perfect.
That was pretty good.
Zero
That was
notes.
pretty good.
Not as good as my fucking Bridget impression.
Your
that
Bridget
I did
impression
that
is
one time.
top
My
tier.
Bridget impression was fucking spot on.
Top tier.
Oh, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah,
That's,
I mean,
yeah, that's a lot of blood.
as happens inside this place. Yeah, you eventually come across this hallway, and at the end of the hallway, you see who you came to meet. The hunter who kidnapped Viz, standing at the end of the hall, just waiting.
I shoot him.
You shoot him.
Yeah. This is the guy we're supposed to kill, right?
You're supposed
Well,
to
he's
meet
not
him.
Viz though, right?
Oh.
Not necessarily supposed to kill him, but definitely meet with him.
Oh, okay. Then I look to Tide for orders.
He'll shake his head.
Okay. You put like your hand on the barrel of my gun and kind of point it down a little bit.
Down, Bessie.
There will be time for violence later. Now is the time for words.
Oh, damn, what words? All right. Fusa just kind of like just chills
Wait, I'm
back
sorry.
out.
What's that?
What? Oh,
That.
shouldn't be there. Is what that is.
Okay.
It's secret.
Okay.
No, that's
Is that a
the
secret, guy?
no, it's the spirit weapon that Himothy calls. I was working on creating it as a token.
Okay, cool. I was just like, whoa.
What is this weird
magical
shiny
sword
thing?
just laying on the ground.
No. That would be cool though.
I got dibs.
I don't even use swords.
Shiny sword, me.
He's waiting for you when you get there, and into the hallway, and he says, "Did you have trouble?"
Of course not. Came here to get Viz.
As expected. I see you met with some unsavory types. We've been watching you.
I mean, you didn't want to help?
It is not my job to interfere, but I should thank you for doing what we could not. Looking at you specifically.
Someone feels kind of ashamed and then tries to move behind Faylene.
You've brought the stones.
Give us back our friend.
Are you prepared to give them over?
I am willing to talk, but first I need to see proof of Viz's well-being.
You want to make sure your friend is alive.
Hmm.
The friend who was nearly dead.
Yes.
Your friend who has been cursed.
How many friends do you guys have?
It's just the same friend.
Oh, okay. This guy's just a dick.
Yes, that friend. You intend to exchange. We need to make sure he's still alive.
I cannot promise he is alive. He was
I'm
in...
sorry, but I don't know how much I appreciate your word.
Would you prefer just to be taken to his body?
I think if I mean, regardless, we need to see him. So
Let me ask, what do you think happens here?
PRP, my marijuana's here.
What did she say?
I guess-
I'm kidding.
She said BRB.
No. I'm like from the character's perspective.
I guess Leon will just kind of look around and take it in and notice all the blood and say well, to tell you the truth, I'll find that out when I ask him, and he's gonna point backwards at what's our new pal's name again?
Tundra, like a Toyota Tundra.
Yeah. I'll ask him once I've gotten my friend back.
Your whatever he is will not be able to help you. This is not his domain. Hasn't been for a long time. This is a sanctuary of sorts. Or at least that's what it was fast becoming. brought you here to meet my mistress. She's waiting in the other room with your friend. Come. And he turns and walks into the blood-covered entryway ahead of you.
I'll follow him.
Yeah.
There are...
Oh yeah, this is not a terrible idea at all. Jeez. Wow.
Remnants of bodies cover the floor. You can see where the exterior light does kind of peek in. As you make your way through this larger interior hallway, it does eventually lead to a stone, almost gateway, elegantly carved gateway. You see him take out his own blade, the one that comes from his forearm. He just kind of like flicks it out and slices his hand and places it on the door. A very familiar sight to those of you who remember the first time you entered in the keep. You had to use blood to access the obelisk. And then you lead into this room, the Great Hall. Etchings carved into the floor, blood strewn all about, with a heavy red mist rising from the ground. And in the far end of the hall, you can barely make her out. This looming figure wearing red robes, blood on her face. She's waiting.
Do we see Viz anywhere?
Return.
Not that you can tell.
Didn't they say Viz was going to be in the room?
He said,
Oh, this bitch.
this lady.
Oh no.
Now can I shoot?
Now can I shoot?
I think this is the one that has your book, Sylvan, and Viz is nowhere to be found. We could use your help this time instead of whatever it is you normally do.
You're not going to let that down, are you?
Just know that I can find you.
You see her standing there. She's just standing kind of awkwardly at first, waiting for you to come in. And as you approach, she does eventually speak and says, your friend is here. If you'd like to come claim him, I can't promise he's in good condition.
Leon obviously goes kind of fine. Going to see where Viz is. Probably goes with Tinka, I'm assuming, to go see what kind of condition Viz is in.
You get close. Let's put you on an actual map that's a little bit more explanation worthy. Long
Ooh,
hallway.
fancy.
Animated clouds. As you begin to walk through the hall, the clouds, the mist that's in the room, unfamiliar and familiar all at once. It feels very much like the mist you've encountered before. There's something weird in it that's causing you to feel uneasy. This is red. This is blood. This is not the same type of fog. And so she waits at the end of the hall for you. As you guys get closer and closer, she lifts up her hands and begins to say some words. Baleen recognizes them. They seem to have a air of ominous doom related to them. They're not words that really make sense as words. They're not words, they're sayings. And behind her is a round doorway. And inside the round doorway.
As Leon's seeing this, he's gonna try to do a silence. He's gonna try to silence.
Okay. You within 120 feet? You are.
Bet you wish you cast this on Soin earlier.
Yes, yes, I do, and I don't want to regret by
that
not
would've been
doing
so
it again. That's
smart.
exactly what I was going through my mind at this exact moment. Okay.
The lessons we learned.
She
You're welcome.
notices that she no longer can hear herself. So she steps forward enough to be out of the range of the silence.
Well, as
Well,
she
that's
starts
120
going
feet
forward, I
there,
want to
bud.
shoot her. Is that possible?
The range is 120 feet. The radius
how
is
far
only
can I
20 feet.
shoot?
I
Ah.
think you get 30 feet with your gun. She moves up 20
Wait, why does it
feet.
say 30-90? Is one like a shotgun?
Oh,
one
so
is
you get 30 feet without disadvantage, 90 if you roll at advantage or disadvantage. Sorry. So you technically can fire a long shot, but it's like really hard to hit.
Can I use my grip point to get advantage to make it a regular roll?
I'll let you do a straight roll for sure.
Okay, I have to mark that. Well, yeah, when she starts walking forward, I don't like that. So I'm gonna take a shot. And can I use You said I had 3 rounds. One was fire, one was acid, and what was the other one?
Was it fire, ice, and acid?
Ice. Yeah, I think it was blue, so it was ice. I want to try out that ice one on her.
Okay.
If I can hit this, I don't think it matters if I hit it. Just it's gonna use it up either way. It's a 16 hit.
Yeah. You would think it would hit, but you see the bullet fly, and as it connects with something, you see this shimmering field around her take the brunt of it. It fades to red and then to nothing.
That's all I got.
She finishes her incantation, and behind her, a doorway opens.
Oh.
Swirling with these black, ghastly figures. The doorway opens, and she walks back into the silence, grabs Viz, and begins to walk through. What do you do?
I think. Let's see.
I would imagine Tinka would probably, chase after her, given, that she.
It's a safe bet.
in love
Tinka
with
is
Viz.
sprinting right now.
Yeah. Just thinking, I got a hold person. Let me do a hold person to try. Wait, yeah, that's a second. Yeah, let me do a hold person to try to keep her in place.
Okay. Wisdom save for her. You lucky son of a bitch. I rolled a nat 1.
Hell yeah.
She stops.
All the fucking time one of these wisdom save fucking things worked for me. You keep they keep
I know.
never working.
I know. Yeah,
And I keep being pissed off about it.
She walks back into the cone of silence, and you get this spell off, and she freezes, gripping Viz's collar.
I'll just yell at her. I got her. Go get now, everyone, quick!
I'll do a double dash or whatever. I'm sure Bridget's character Tinka is probably going for Viz as fast as she can to grab
Yeah,
him.
she's
True,
short and small
100%.
though.
I'm pretty fast. I can move 35 a turn, so Anna's dashing
Damn.
for sure.
Sweet.
So I
I
get
can
there
only
after
move
dashing.
50 at like a full sprint, and like I can't move my guy, but he'll be right here.
So at this point, we don't really need to drop into initiative because this is up to a minute with concentration. There's nothing else that's interfering or intervening with you other than just like this weird sense of uneasiness. Yeah, it's 2 rounds to really be able to make it to them, and to you see Anna as you get close, and I'll say Tinka's probably very close too. She's staring at you. Hold person doesn't stop them, like freeze them. She's like looking intently. You see death in her eyes. She is murderous.
Can I grab Viz?
Sure.
All right,
me-
I'm gonna grab
Yay.
Viz.
Give me an
and
athletics. You see
Nat
if you
20.
perfect. You like
Oh my god.
you pick him up and like rip the collar out of her hands. You see her fingers kind of like pop back as this look in her eyes, this intense rage you see behind her eyes, and you begin to sprint back. This with a body you would usually be half speed. You're not half speed right now. You're able to just sprint. So you guys basically at this point have like a 40-second head start if you're trying to run. What are we doing?
We should run.
We should run.
All right, I'm running back the other way.
Good on you, Dizon. Tinka's coming too, but she's slow. You guys, 40 seconds. You don't exactly know which way to go. Give me an insight, not insight check. Let's do this as a nature check, and I'll let Faline roll. Anybody who wants to can. I think Tinka's actually got better
A
nature.
nature check?
Yeah.
That's survival.
I'll use a
Oh my
guidance
God.
for
A natural 20.
Sylvan!
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Natural 20!
Sylvan,
There you
you remember from the conversation just it was only minutes ago, it feels like. I mean, it hasn't been that long, maybe an hour. You kind of remember where you think the direction would be to go find Santa. And the only reason it's nature and not like survival is because it's a cavern, this way out. And you think it's back through the library. So you begin to sprint. You guys double dashing along while she doesn't do anything. Are able to make it back to kind of near the library room when she comes to, and then you hear this voice that says, "You will not escape. You can run, but this is not over."
Held that to
Someone's
our
just
feet.
gonna look wildly around, like making sure she can catch up to it. She didn't, okay? And then I'm just gonna scream into the ether. That's what somebody who thinks that we're getting away would say!
Someone make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, god damn it.
At advantage.
This crushes me every time I do something cool. Oh, advantage?
Yeah.
Augers. Okay.
You feel
And if she's,
Mhm.
I was gonna say, if she's within 10 feet of me, add 4 as well.
perfect.
Oh,
that
great.
changes the outcome.
Thank you.
You
Yeah.
feel your mind begin to get wrapped like it was in those dreams you've had before. The dark tendrils trying to close in, and you start to feel this pain, but then you hear a voice in your head that says, "She's mine too. But you're more important right now."
Whoa.
You guys continue to run. You sense some quaking as you get closer to the library. And then you see him. Titanic. Huge form, 30 feet tall. The rest of this building isn't really designed for someone his size. He's too large. So trying to come through these caverns is difficult. But he spots you. What do you do?
Is there any way past him? Like any way we can
He's
avoid him?
kind of equivalent to like behind you and to the right. Like it's you. He kind of like gets a glimpse of you as you're coming through like a passage. You can keep on running. You're not in his path, but you see him.
Okay. Can we keep on running and then like when we get through like a passageway, I want to try to like I don't know like close down the doorway, create
Okay.
a barrier for him or something. You know,
I love that.
like.
Yeah. So you guys do make it to the library, and you can hear him coming. Right, he's loud, it's thunderous as he's making his way through. You hear the building kind of crashing around him in general as he's pulling his way through. But eventually do make it back into the library, and you do find this passageway that's not part of its design. It's like a cavern, and you were able to get through. Yeah.
When we see him, can I say to the robot man, be like, "Hey, is that a celestial?"
That's a celestial threat.
No, I don't want to lose him. We just got him.
Yeah,
I don't want to lose me.
Just come with us. Just come with us, Tundra. Don't worry. We'll get out of here. Come on.
We'll be okay.
He answers, yes, celestial threat identified.
No, Tundra, you're too cool.
What should I do? Waiting designation.
Keep running with us. Deal with it later.
Affirmative.
Yeah, perfect.
He keeps on running. He runs with you guys. You eventually make it to this interior cavern. The interior of it, you see this green pooled liquid, not blood, but you also do see this way out, this light at the end of this tunnel. Behind you, you kind of come into a space that's a little small, but you think he'd be able to get through. And then especially in this cavern, it's much larger. He could have free reign here. He could fly if he wanted to. What do we do?
Do we have a way to destroy that doorway? Cave it in? Anyone got shatter?
I don't got anything.
I mean, I got fireball. Fireball makes things go boom, right?
Do we know what this liquid is made out of? I don't know if it's releasing any kind of gas that we don't want to ignite.
Oh, that's a good point.
Okay. I
think Phaline would recast Pass Without Trace on you guys just to make sure y'all are good. Let's see if Tinka has anything fun and worthwhile. No.
Part of me just wants to attack the walls, but I feel like that's not going to do anything.
I can help.
Can you cause a cave-in?
Have you ever seen the Iron Giant?
Cannot confirm Iron Giant. Yes, can cause cave-in. He
All right.
goes to work. You see his arms kind of like Transformer style like compose themselves into like part of his hammer, and he starts wailing on the walls. And when they do, you do see kind of the pieces of like stalagmites and stuff, stalactites falling. You see, because this is sandstone, it powders pretty easy with enough force, and he's like just wailing away at the wall. He looks to you and says, "Please help."
Yeah. Anna's gonna just start like, how many rages do I have left? She'll go into a rage, and she'll just start wailing at the wall as well.
Cool.
Can I help him by pointing out like spots that are weaker than others?
Yes. Perfect. Just roll for me a d20.
Okay, never mind.
You're like, this spot looks good. He starts hammering away at it, and he goes, "Incorrect. This spot is good." He starts hammering away.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant, actually.
That's the one he meant, you know? Yeah.
Affirmative. Yeah, I mean, like, probably like 2 rounds worth. I mean, 12 seconds or so of putting in the work, and you guys, it is starting to cave in a little bit, and you can still hear him coming. You don't see him. How long do you want to wait?
I want to keep booking.
I think as soon as the cave in starts and it's gonna like fill up enough that hopefully he can't get through, we just start booking it. We run.
Let's
Yeah,
do
we
this
definitely need to-
as a luck check. Anna, roll me a d20 at advantage. You need a 17 or higher for this to go in.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
I believe.
17!
Mother.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So you you notice, and I think it's probably you that notices that it gives way. You start to have like this moment that like it starts to crash around you, and you have to say time to run. But it's coming down. In fact, it's not coming down. This whole cavern's coming down.
Right.
You got
good work, Tundra.
seconds.
And she'll grab his hand. She's still got Visit like over her shoulder, and she just is like, "Everyone, run now!"
Booking it. Yeah, you guys take off to the entrance. You do find Santa and Cherry or Callista at the entrance, and she's like, what's going on? What's happening?
We gotta go now. Come on, let's go.
Okay. And she picks up Callista and you guys start sprinting. Where are we going?
To the horse.
We're looking for our animals.
Awesome. So here's the thing. 9 people can fit in the hut if you are trying to take shelter there. The other thing is hop on the Nukus and start just booking it.
Okay, the hut, like, is he gonna know like where we are, or like with the hut?
Not necessarily. Yeah, the hut kind of, especially with Tide's thing, if Tide does his secrecy, I don't remember what it was, you guys could theoretically like hide if you wanted to. But it would mean putting all the Nukus out and hiding.
We had more time to dig out too.
Do we run or try to hide, guys? What do you think?
Does Pass Without a Trace help hiding or no?
Yeah, it's
I know,
anything
okay.
stealth related.
I think we should run, because if he breaks out of there and gets to our Nukus, then
We're
We're
good as
stuck.
done
We're stuck in
anyway?
the
it's like
desert.
GG, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
especially if we have to make our way through that Death Valley again.
Do we run the risk of the worms right now? Because is it at night? Because that's the worms at night, right, or whatever it was.
You
There
don't
was
really
some little worm.
know. You definitely saw one at night. You know,
Mhm.
probably wouldn't know for like a
Okay.
midday kind of scenario.
Fuck. Okay.
I think we gotta take the risk. I think
Guess
a
we gotta
worm
take the
better
risk,
than
right?
dealing with a Titan on our ass. So
No risk it for the biscuit.
Who knows?
Alright.
Maybe the worm will eat the Titan. Let's go.
Yeah, you guys start sprinting across the desert. Give me a round of stealth checks. It's not going to be a disadvantage. It's going to be a straight roll because of
Do we
the
still have that
pass
pass
without
without
trace.
trace?
Yeah. So you get
So
to add
plus
10.
10 with pass without.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
wait, so what about me because of my heavy armor? Am I still straight roll or?
Yours will be a disadvantage because it's a
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I gotta roll again then.
Yeah.
I got 18.
Cool. Not a lot of great rolls.
I gotta bounce in the next few minutes.
Yeah, you're fine. We're gonna finish up here in a second. Stealth.
Hold on, mine's coming through.
Stealth.
Wow, we rolled like shit. Good thing we
You
had
guys,
plus 10.
yeah, you guys rolled like garbage.
Mhm.
Alien was an 11.
We're
Tinka
just
was a
trying-
9.
We're just trying to buff the usage of Pass Without a Trace, really. You know?
Right,
Mhm.
right.
It's
We need
useless
to
if
make
we
it the
roll
most.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I
the
have to roll. My bad.
yes, please rolls. Everybody. So the
Not
the
big-
lowest roll was Anna with a 15. So what I'm gonna make happen here is I'm gonna give him a perception roll when he gets out at disadvantage because of the distance you guys have traveled, but it's a DC 15. Let me go back to the dude. Rakdos. I wonder, can I roll this publicly? Will it let me? Oh, he doesn't have proficiency at perception at all? What? Oh, this is stupid.
Aw, that's
Well,
too bad.
yeah.
Jeez.
So it's
Hopefully it's -1.
it's nothing. It's flat. So I'm just gonna roll a d20 publicly, and we'll see what happens here.
Hey.
You see, like, you guys know where to look, and he's a big beast. It's taken some time to get away, a few minutes at the very least. By the time you guys kind of make it back to at least a place where you can be a little sheltered, you see him burst through where you guys came out, and you hear this thunderous roar, and his imposing presence, searching, but you don't think that he's seen you.
Nice.
Oh,
What
I think
next?
we just.
Let's keep looking.
I think we keep going, right? We already made the decision to run. I think we keep running, right? Like I don't think it helps us to hide.
So we'll do this for kicks. We'll do this 3 more times, because it's gonna take time to get the horses and start heading for the Hellgates. So same thing, flat rolls. I'm gonna say DC 15.
Am I
and-
within a mile of Highland? Because I remember summoning
Yes.
Highland before we went into the dungeon. Can I telepathically communicate with Highland to start pushing the horses toward us? The Nuku's in our direction.
Okay. Yeah. I'll roll something for Highland. He did really well. Yeah, absolutely. You guys see them kind of like coming around the corner as you're continuing to run. First thing you notice, though, is that Rakdos has flown the other direction. Let's do first one. 17. Ooh. He's in the wrong direction from you, and he goes 80 feet per round, so he's flown like quite the distance from you. Give me another round of stealth checks.
Oof.
Significantly better than my last one.
Oh, I
Aside
did
from
good.
that one.
Yeah.
Double my last one.
Perfect.
It's been fun working with you guys. But
Everybody did. One more stealth for Faline. One more stealth for Tinka. Faline, Tinka got an 18. Faline got a 25. So as a group, you guys have like, and I think it's probably with like Faline's direction, because she knows nature. She's well traveled enough to kind of know how to like point you guys in the direction. As a group, you guys tuck behind a rock when you think he would have been able to spot you, and nothing. So we'll do this one more time. 7. You're clear. Seems like he's gone in a completely different direction.
what an idiot.
Yeah, they're lucky.
Can we
Buddy's out there.
He is out there.
ugh. Can we take a quick look at Viz?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do we have time to finally
Yeah,
check him over?
please. Yeah. He
I think Anna's
is.
still like holding him and just sort of sets him down behind the rock.
Yeah, he's unconscious. With your medicine check, you can't even tell if he's breathing or not. The wound in his chest is large, and in fact, you see a separate wound, one that looks like it might have been about hand-sized, kind of in his rib section.
Mm-hmm. Leon's gonna look to Tinka to see how her reaction is, but he's just gonna do the first thing, which would be, let's see, what healing do I have?
She's freaking out, and she is also gonna. I think she has a healing magic thing, so she's gonna do that.
Yeah,
Cure
I have
wounds.
to do a 3rd level cure wounds. I think is what I need to do here. I'm running
Yeah.
out of slots, so there we go.
So she
Yeah.
did 19. You did 17. Yeah, you guys like pumping cure wounds into him, and you hear him gasp. Am we free? Are we safe?
We've got you. We need to escape. Are you with us, Viz? Are you okay?
Not okay, but we must go. This is a dark place.
Yes.
We're actually in the
absolutely.
desert, so I don't. It's not, but I get what you're saying.
Oh, okay. And I guess we'll just start moving. I guess, right? We got some words from him, so that can't be that bad, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's move.
You guys make it to the Nukus and all strap up. I think there's just enough space. The one thing is, your friend Tundra won't fit on a Nuku.
Tundra, go kill the demon.
No.
No.
Oh, he can't come with us.
You do have a cart. Didn't you guys get a cart?
Did we?
I think
The DM says we have a cart. We have a
Yeah,
cart.
we-
I want to say, because wasn't
We
that a
definitely had a
conversation?
cart.
Yeah, I think that was a conversation about whether or not you could like pull somebody behind you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, like the dying dwarf or something like that.
Yeah, well, it was before you even left. It was like a, can we do this like a chariot kind of thing, if I recall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we'll put Viz and Tundra and Cherry on the cart, right? You know, so that it'll slow us
Sure,
down.
fine.
Mhm.
Not that big, but
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say like you guys successfully kind of put people where they need to be. Cherry's actually with Stana on her steed, and then yeah, you guys start taking off. You make it back to the entrance of the Hell Gates. It's hot. It is extremely hot. It is midday now. Give me a round of, let's call these nature checks.
Oh no.
Praying for good rolls. Oh my god, not the worst. Oh, guys.
Not
That's
good.
what's
people.
going on. You guys
It
are
was
not
almost
one
an
with the
18. It
nature.
rolled over
okay?
at the last second.
Wait, what is this for?
This
The
is
nature?
traveling through the Hell Gates.
Would survival not work?
I guess it would. So if you want to change your
Hell yeah, dude. Because I have -3 in nature and +6 in
that's
survival.
actually smart. Yeah, it's actually
Oh,
smart. I should have done that as
so
survival. That's my bad. So
Can you change mine to, because it's a +4 instead of a
Perfect.
+1? So I'm at 13.
perfect.
I don't want to
perfect.
reroll again because
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just, everyone can change their additions. That's not bad. I mean, you guys majority got over 10.
I'll keep the nature. Thanks.
Yeah,
Survival
that's
force.
fine.
Nature as well.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Give you guys some freedom here away from the demon lore that you let go. This is hotter than it was coming because it was later in the day. The sun was going down when you came the last time. You don't make as good of time. It took 4 hours to get through it last time. This takes a little bit longer, but by the time you do come out the other end, it's blistering. Everyone's going to take a point of exhaustion from pushing through this, so just we'll note that for next time. We do make it through the Hell Gates. There is give me perception checks from anyone who wants to do it regularly, but with Tide's passive, you can pretty well see.
Oh, is that an oasis over there? I see an oasis.
It's just an
Do you want me to
RC
make an
cola
active or
machine.
Just use my passive.
It's up to you. We'll take the higher of the two.
Did you say RC cola?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just thirst to death over here.
Wow.
Not an oasis, just RC cola. Tide, I think you and Himothy and Anna are all pretty actively looking for where Rakdos is. You have no sign of him. You think maybe, just maybe, you guys are in the clear. You've come through the Hell Gates, and now you've got a 3-day trek back to Manway Bay. We can.
Nice, we won.
You got away.
Did we actually, Apollo? The music is freaking me out. I feel like you're
Mm.
Oh, thank God.
I changed the music.
If that's a Mario Sunshine
Oh,
or something.
okay, I believe you now.
Blip,
I didn't
blip,
believe
blip,
you until
blip,
you
blip,
changed it.
blip, 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 blip.
Okay, now I can feel safe. Oh, God.
Yeah, we went back to the mystery playlist. You guys will need to rest at some point. You'll need to find safety at some point. With Tinka's hut, you can get most people inside. There will be a few people who need to stand watch on the outside. We'll speed up and
just take
expedite
turns.
traveling. And say, yeah, folks are taking turns with
Standing guard.
with Tide's thing he can do too. You guys get like an addition to stealth stuff. So we'll say like at this point everyone's gonna be safe enough. I'm not gonna let you guys get rid of the exhaustion on this trek because it is still in like a very intense trek home. You'll need to like get real good rest to start having it go away. But you guys eventually do make it back to the bay. 3 days
Wait.
pass.
Okay, are we just gonna get it back because we've had a good rest?
Not yet.
I was just gonna throw out. I got a song of rest. Apollos.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna let you guys do like your standard get spell slots and hit points and stuff
Okay,
back, but
alright.
the
It was
exhaustion
rectified.
specifically is gonna linger because of the location
Alright.
you're in.
What does one level do again?
That's a good question. I remember.
I think it was like negative to like some checks, like a disadvantage on some checks.
I guess disadvantage to checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it affects saves as well. Maybe checks and saves.
No,
Just
saves
disadvantage
is
on ability checks.
3 levels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just disadvantage on ability checks. So we'll say the amount of time it takes to get back then is an extra day. We'll just kind of like even it out. So it takes about 4 days to get back rather than 3, because I don't want to redo all of the travel stuff. But you do eventually make it back to the bay. Cherry is not in good shape. Viz during that time goes in and out of consciousness. There's not a whole lot that either of them really can do, and between Tinka and our paladins and Leon throwing in healing stuff every day, they're able to like sustain, but they are not in good shape, especially Callista. She's looking extremely rough. She doesn't seem to have the same capacity that your dragon friend does. And so by the time you guys get back to the city, she's not just coming in and out of consciousness, but you're basically having to revive her from the brink of death. And so Santa,
Where No, go for it. Go for it.
I was gonna say, so Santa looks to you and says, how do we save her? How do we save them?
Right. I was trying to remember, like, where didn't we have like a idea we were gonna travel somewhere with Viz? Was it like some island to the south or something? Isn't that what? I guess Leon's gonna look to the group to look to see like if anyone does anyone remember where we were going?
You have a captain who knows exactly where to go.
Captain Tide, where should we set sail to?
And we'll find
I
out
have-
next time. Oh,
Dragon Ball
I'm trying to. I have access to like a map, right?
You do.
I want to show. Basically, I want to show them.
Yes. Yeah. Let's drop you guys on the map then.
Also,
Oh my god. We're so far south.
That's where you're going.
Oh,
Where you guys are right now.
Yeah, I think that's
is
where we need to
yeah.
go, right?
we-
Yeah,
are
we're...
we?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Are we ending here?
We are gonna end here. Yeah.
Good. I want the final line.
Please.
Do it.
I'm gonna point to them on the map where we're going. We're sailing for the Fountain of Youth.
Dun 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 dun. You have a ship to head to the Fountain of Youth.
Copyright strike.
Yeah, I know, right? It's my bad. All of our bad
Some
We
renditions.
get
Leon up in
banned.
here.
None of us are ever allowed to stream again.
Strap in, boys. We're headed for the fountain.
nice. And we
That's
get
what
a
we'll pick
pass
up
by
next
this
session.
Tropical
Hmm.
island on our way there.
All right.
There it is. There it is. Beautiful.
All right.
Good
wow.
sesh,
All right, well, that
guys.
was fun.
Uh,
Sorry,
Yeah,
I gotta
that was a good
bounce
one.
quick.
Yeah, man, you're good.
But thanks for hanging out, everybody.
Of course.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I also
Bye.
gotta go. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Y'all too.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. You too. Take care.
Pulse, I just want
Later.
to ask you a
Uh-huh.
question really fast. What is up with the obsession with the Titan daddies? Okay, why?
Mm.
There was a vision that Himothy had, and he described to you where 3 Titans.
Oh,
in
that's
this...
right, the 3.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. Well, I didn't expect to see another one so soon.
Well, there's been hints all along. Blood mages
Okay,
using
I
magic that
understand that
you're...
you've been foreshadowing. I understand. Yes, no, your foreshadowing has been great.
People just don't think about stuff. No,
Mm.
yeah, I didn't expect you to release them yet. I thought it was gonna be a conversation.
What did? You knew I was gonna read the words.
Of course I
You
did.
knew.
I baited you.
Okay, yeah, you baited me. Baited and outsmarted. Fuck. All right,
Well,
thanks,
don't worry.
Apollos. Thanks,
Himothy has
everybody.
directly threatened Silwyn that he will kill her if she does it again.
True. True.
There is one more that you know of.
I'm gonna cast friendship on.
All right. Have a good one, everyone.
All right. Good night.
Later, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Chat, it was a good one. We will do it again next time. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out. Till next time.